sports station. The home of champions. Home of the five-time national champion Miami Hurricanes. The back-to-back Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. The three-time NBA champion Miami Heat. Miami Hurricanes basketball. And now, the new home of the two-time World Series winner Miami Marlins.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
It's time for Sports Day.
Beautiful day.
Turn it up. It's Sports Day with Dan Day.
With my cousin Vladimir Louison, I am Dan Day, and we are opening the show today with a bold proclamation. Vlad, are you ready for this bold proclamation to open the show?
What's that?
We are officially retiring the chant, I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win.
Hated that chant when it first came out.
USA Soccer has surpassed that, is better than that. And from now on, there will not be, I believe that we will win. Travis Kelce, he plays the other football, said that's a terrible chant.
It is.
Talking to other soccer gurus, especially as the USA has proven themselves to have maybe taken a big step up, although we'll see in the round of 32 on Wednesday against Bosnia and Herzegovina. Even if they haven't taken the big step that we believe, needs to start mentally believing in themselves more. So no longer will we partake or even chant, I believe that we will win, not just for the USA men's soccer team, but for all of our teams in South Florida, because this week alone, the teams in South Florida have proven that they're all about winning and they can win. And what a week it has been. If you're a South Florida sports fan, you can't blame your teams for not trying. They're trying. We can go through every single team. We'll start, of course, Mario Cristobal 4 years ago, Miami. You get the hometown guy in. He's building this team. Look what he's done. They go out there and get Darian Minsuck, another quarterback, to take you to that next level. It builds on that. Miami Dolphins go out there, get one of the big free agent acquisitions in this offseason, Malik Willis. And then it really gets a lot bigger. Inter Miami goes out and gets, of course, Messi, but also Casemiro this past week. Oh, yeah, the Miami Heat go out there, get Giannis Antetokounmpo. Unbelievable. We didn't give up too much, but we'll get into that later.
What do you mean you didn't give up too much?
We didn't give up too much. We'll get into that. Hockey team. Oh yeah, we want Brady Tkachuk. Now might lose Bob, and when I say might, that's a heavy might. But we got Brady Tkachuk, and then I guess the Marlins. You go out and get Peter Bendix, a guy you believe in a couple of years ago. But man, what a week it has been. And this U.S. men's national team, Vlad. I've been going to my meetings and I've been working on myself, as they say. And I've been told this past week, turn negatives into positives. The U.S. team did lose to Turkey A in the final basically play of the game. But I'm going to turn it into a positive. We played basically our backups in that game. And our backups went toe-to-toe with a legit World Cup team. Two of the guys for the U.S. that played the worst, you can argue, Tim Weah and our goalkeeper, Matt Turner. They were starters 4 years ago, leaders of this team 4 years ago, and now they're some of the worst players on the team. This is how far the U.S. team has come under Mauricio Pochettino. I'm not going to say in 4 years, under Mauricio Pochettino. This is a talented team. I still think they're going to make a lot of noise in this tournament.
They'll win round 32. They'll lose in the round of 16.
So Bosnia and Herzegovina, they're an interesting case of being very, very mentally and physically tough. They fought their way through Europe. They got into a playoff game or a play-in game, whatever you want to call it, against Italy. They won in a shootout. They're physical, nasty. They want to muck it up. And the U.S. has to just be tough. But the longer it goes 0-0, the more you're playing into Bosnia and Herzegovina's hands. Here's the good thing, though. I see Bosnia and Herzegovina somewhat, not the same, somewhat similar to our first matchup against Paraguay, a team that kind of wants to park the bus, play some defense, maybe get a goal here and there. That seemed to be a pretty good matchup for the United States. So maybe if the U.S. can get a little bit of pressure and they can get a goal on Bosnia-Herzegovina before half and get up 1-0, you see the whole complexity of the game change, because then Bosnia has to press a little bit more. And we know teams that don't like to press, when they press, what happens? Whoopsie. And this USA team has shown they can pass and they can go. Second string the other night was pretty darn good. I thought Matt Turner was not very good, and I thought Tim Weah couldn't get out of the game fast enough. Gio Reyna didn't really impress me too much. Ricardo Pepe, once again, these are guys that are going to be better when they're inserted into the lineup and have a little more talent around them. Christian Pulisic looked like the best player on the field. That's a good thing. A lot of people thought Christian Pulisic should have sat the game. He would have then sat out about 3 weeks going into the Bosnia-Herzegovina game. So it's good he got some run. And I think mentally it was good for Christian Pulisic to get some run, because he kind of got out there and goes, yeah, still got it. I still got it. Instead of having to go up against Bosnia-Herzegovina in the knockout round and trying to figure out whether he still has it. So far, Mauricio Pochettino pushing all the right buttons. I'd be very excited for this USA team. And we've got more World Cup soccer action today. The one everyone seems to be excited about, it's going to be bonkers. It's at Miami Stadium between Colombia and Portugal. Vlad, I'll tell you, home crowd advantage, Colombia. They're everywhere, man. Everywhere.
Dude, they've been wearing their soccer kits like 2 days before the game.
They have to do laundry every day because they only wear one shirt.
I'm not complaining, though. I'm not complaining.
Oh, I mean, wear what you want to wear.
A lot of talent wearing that Colombian jersey. And I'm not talking on the field. But this is going to be an interesting game. Both teams need it. You know what's going to happen. It's going to end in a tie. It's gonna be a 1-1 tie.
It does seem as though this Portugal team is different with, obviously, with Cristiano Ronaldo starting. When he starts, it seems to.
Yeah, a lot of talk about we need to sit him down. He's too old. He's not good.
They look like a lot of things open up when he starts in the game.
Then he scores too. I will say this: the stars are out. The stars have been putting on a show.
Let's give everybody credit where credit is due. FIFA, much maligned coming into this tournament. Prices in the USA.
Still need to be maligned.
There has been no controversy. There has been packed stadiums. There's been great games. There have been no hitches in this tournament so far. So I hate to say it. Kudos to FIFA. Also, kudos to the home countries. Oh, it's going to be terrible. It's too far. Everyone seems like they're having the greatest time of their life. The stadiums are beautiful. The people are great. And kudos to the fans, by the way. It's not like a United States football game where, I'll be honest, I get into it sometimes as an LSU fan or a Dolphins fan. I hate the other team, and I yell and jeer at the other team's fans. These people are here just to celebrate their country and celebrate the game. I don't hear Uruguayans yelling at Scots. I don't hear
they can't.
Colombians yelling.
They lost.
No, they can, Vlad. I mean,
they can't.
So if I flip you the bird and say something in a foreign language, you're going to be like, oh, he's congratulating
well,
me.
I'm just talking about Uruguayans right now.
That's
what I'm talking about. They can't say. I wanted you to ask Solano a question. What would he rather more? The Heat getting Giannis or Uruguay advancing to the knockout stage?
I mean, short term and long term, probably two different answers. Long term, you want Giannis, but short term, probably Uruguay advancing. I'll say this, Vlad. If Panama scores a goal today, I'm going to say Uruguay had the worst performance in all of this tournament.
Hey,
Panama's
before we continue,
they're going to get Doug England.
Shout out to my people.
Get their goal, man. You got 2 goals.
We got 2 goals and we had leads. 2 leads in a game.
And by the way, we had Jamie Watson on from the soccer world in general. He said the Haitian crowd was as electric of any crowd he's seen at the World Cup in Atlanta this week.
We the best.
He said absolutely. That was unprompted too. So I'm not, I'm going to give that kudos right there. That was,
dude. Did you see that Haiti Morocco game?
Yeah.
My God, they should have just, submerged. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful linking, I would say. There was some beautiful people all around. And my people's had fun. My uncle and my cousin went there. No. They went to the game. They went to Atlanta and said it was a great experience. So
kudos to all the teams that have played very well, and kudos to the stars. They have absolutely shown.
I'm gonna lie to you.
This tournament.
I was a big fan of the 48. I dig the 48 now.
You know what? I have no problems with the turning
Because
down.
look at the group, the people that showed a lot of love when they were down here. They didn't do anything. They didn't score a goal, but they somehow managed to get into the next round.
Cabo Verde?
Yes.
Well, they scored 2.
They did. When they
against
scored?
Uruguay. They scored 2 against Uruguay.
Did they?
You and I were downstairs watching it. Yeah, the final score was 2-2.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
But then they didn't score in the other 2 games.
But they didn't score in the other 2 games. Yeah, you see Uruguay. You see how bad you were this World Cup. I don't even remember when you played Cape Verde and you scored and it was a tie. That's right. But you're right. It was 2-2. That was last Sunday.
And now Cabo
right.
Verde. Now I was imagining this. Now this is all imagination, and FIFA would hate it if it happened, and they can say what they want to say. Cabo Verde, Argentina in the round of 32. If for some magical reason before halftime,
That's going to happen here.
Yes, it is here, July 3rd, 6:00. For some magical reason, Cabo Verde gets a goal before halftime and gets up 1-0.
Tight asses all around.
And decides to park the bus and says this: we've got confidence of keeping people scoreless. We did it against Spain. Why can't we do it against Argentina?
Because
not going to happen.
Because they got number 10.
Right. What? No, once again, please don't happen. What if number 10 tweaks something?
Why you got to say that? Now you got beat them fully healthy. Don't be asking for.
No, well, you were the one saying that. I'm saying they've got confidence. They stopped Lamine.
I said that, but I was like, they don't got number 10. But you just said, well, what if number 10 is hurt? No, beat them with number 10 healthy. That means more.
They stopped Lamine Yamal.
He's 18.
I mean,
didn't he even play?
Yeah, he came in. They
like second. Yeah, they said
him in because they said we need to score a goal.
Yeah, they ain't stop him.
I mean, Cabo Verde, it's not going to happen. And if FIFA would hate it if Argentina were eliminated in the first round by Cabo Verde, I would think it would be awesome just for the sheer chaos of the whole thing. But it's not going to happen. Nonetheless, I'm more worried about USA versus Bosnia-Herzegovina Wednesday, 8:00 out there on the West Coast. This is a good litmus test. Because, like I said, Bosnia-Herzegovina now is a team that's beatable for you. And then you would most likely face Belgium in the round of 16, which I watched Belgium the other day. They are also a beatable team for the United States. They're good. Not great. Good, not great. And then, of course, we can get into some of the other matchups.
Acting like this U.S. team is okay. They're not great, bro.
I didn't say that.
I'm just saying, yes. But when you're saying these other teams aren't great, these other teams are better than this U.S. team. To me.
But there's always a team that slips by and wins some games and shocks some people. Morocco did it a couple of years ago. We've seen in the past teams like Uruguay make it to the semifinals. Can't underestimate this home soil. And I'll give Mexico credit. Mexico took care of business too the other day. Whew, that was a terrible game against Czechia if you're a United States fan. But nonetheless, we'll see you whenever we see you. I have no fear of Mexico. I do have fear of Bosnia-Herzegovina because we actually have to play them. So we're just going to keep it like that, you know? Let's get some quick headlines before we get into everything that's happening, especially here in South Florida. It was a week, Vlad. Woo. France, they stomped Norway 4-1. Woo! Mbappe, no goal. No problem, Vlad. Dembele.
Yeah, Dembele went. He had a hat trick in the first half.
Their second best player is literally won the Ballon d'Or last year.
Their second best player is like the top 6 player in the world.
France's bench, you know how U.S. team, I said the U.S. bench or backup team or whatever, backups hung with a legit World Cup team. France's backup team, legit, could make it to the quarter semifinals. I'm not even joking. Holy goodness. Nonetheless,
you know how deep this is how good they are. I was watching that Norway-France game.
Yes.
And I'm like, even if Holland played,
Norway pulled their starters and said, we're not even going to try.
It makes no sense.
They're like, why would we go put our starters in there to get beat up? We know the result. Let's wave the white flag. Let's move on to the next round. We'll see France in the finals if we get there. Then we'll unveil our secret tricks. Senegal, boom, destroyed Iraq.
Jesus, 5-0. I watched that.
Cabo Verde, everybody's new favorite team. They played Saudi Arabia to scoreless draw and advance. Uruguay, no one's favorite team anymore. Even Solana doesn't like him. He's sick of his team. First of all, not only a bad showing, bad look at the end of the game last night for Uruguay.
Well, what happened towards the end?
They got scrappy and nasty, and they went after referees, and they went after
they're chalk artists. Bums.
They fell to Spain.
They lost
1-0. They need to blow that thing up, by the way. I think everybody from Uruguay.
If there was a game they could lose, it would have been the Spain game. But you can't tie with Cabo Verde, and you can't.
They went up 2-1 against Cabo Verde too,
and you can't tie in the first
Saudi
game.
Arabia.
What was that 1-1?
Shoot, right? Saudi Arabia had them against the ropes. Don't forget about that. They were down 1-0 most of that game. Very bad showing.
Yeah, it wasn't a
Not a beautiful tournament for
Not-
them. But
not-
they did stupid things. They did unconventional things, like their manager didn't play any international friendlies, but leading up to the tournament, he just had them in camp. And everybody made fun of the USA. Why are they playing meaningless games? Well, everybody else was playing meaningless games too, because they're figuring things out, getting some game run. Uruguay said, no, we don't need that. Well, you saw what happened there. They're going to blow that thing up. They're going to fire everybody. Solana said he wouldn't be surprised if in 4 years or even in a year from now, you see a completely different team. I think Darwin Nunez will be safe, but everybody else on that team, whew. Nonetheless, Egypt, Iran late last night, 1-1 draw, and Belgium down New Zealand 5-1.
Oh, did you see that Egypt-Iran game?
Yeah.
You saw that goal that was taken away for the offside?
Yeah.
Late? Yeesh.
Oh, I'm telling you, man.
That was tough because if they score that, they advance, they move on. Now they got to play the waiting game.
Mm-hmm. I saw Iran with one of the most clever free kicks I'd ever seen against Belgium. And their guy that scored the free kick, so basically they had the wall and the guys like backed into it and opened up an opening, and a guy came through and scored a goal. And I was like, what? That was the greatest play I've ever seen. Problem was the guy leaned back as they were kicking it in. His shoulder was offsides, had to negate the goal. They saved that play for that moment.
Bro, I saw an attempt by Portugal where on a free kick, it looked like Ronaldo was going to kick it, but he just walked right by it.
Yeah, the rope-a-dope, yeah.
He rope-a-dope, and then he went right through the middle. And dude, I was like, wow, I've never seen this play before. He didn't score. Goalie made a great save, but it was like, I've never seen that. Like, he really rope-a-doped the guys into believing that he was just a fake kick. He's just going to walk through. They left the middle wide open. It parted. Oh, man. No, you're seeing some creative creative goals, a lot of great goals. Shout out to my guy, Isidore from Haiti. He had one of the best goals so far of this tournament. And now we're going to get to the knockout stage, and that's when everything gets good. That's when a lot of strategy and planning gets done.
Au contraire, though, we still have a big day today at 5 o'clock. England, Panama. Now, Panama, the only team, congratulations to Haiti scoring 2 goals the other night, the only team that has not scored a goal in this tournament.
Oh, my God, thank God we scored a goal.
Yeah, I know. You're so proud.
We scored 2 goals, and we had 2 leads. Woohoo!
I mean, I'll take that. You know, it's not the worst thing. Panama's yet to score a goal. And I mean, I don't think England, being England the way they are, you know how they always are, they're going to allow a goal. So I'm pretty sure Panama.
It all depends on how the referees are officiating this game. I will admit, I think Ivory Coast got robbed by England. Was it Ivory Coast?
No.
Who was it? The last game England played
It was Ghana.
Oh, it was Ghana. I'm sorry. It was Ghana.
Yeah, Ghana got robbed.
Ghana got robbed. So it all depends on what the refs are going to do.
Speaking of Ghana, Croatia and Ghana also at 5 o'clock. 7:30, everyone's glued. Everyone's going crazy. Colombia, Portugal from Miami Stadium also at 7:30. Uzbekistan, Democratic Republic of Congo. Democratic Republic of Congo wins. They advance. Then at 10 o'clock tonight, Argentina, Messi not starting against Jordan. And then Algeria versus Austria. Austria wins, and they are through. I'll tell you how big this Colombia-Portugal game is tonight here in South Florida.
It's ginormous.
Duffy's in Plantation last night. I was there. They said, oh, man, tonight's a good night, but tomorrow's going to be even better. I was like, oh, really? What's going on? They go, we already have 122 people reserved to come tables here for the game. They have 122 people reserved for that game. And that's in Plantation out there on University.
There's a lot of Colombians.
There's over 122 seats reserved for that game.
Yeah.
It is going to be pandemanium. I'll be walking around my neighborhood watching it all. Of course, Argentina playing, they always have the big party by Manolos, even though it's a meaningless game for Argentina. I wouldn't even play Messi. I wouldn't do anything.
And it's a late game.
10 o'clock.
Jeez.
Let's talk about some other good things going on in South Florida. We might have the next Cy Young guy on the Marlins, Max Meyer. 8 wins in a row. 7 innings, no runs. Marlins win 4-0 over the Cardinals. The 2 play again tonight, 7:15. Ryan Gusto gets the start for the Fish. Pretty good story. Told you when Max Meyer got drafted in the first round, 2020, I said, this guy's got Max Meyer mania. He's got something special. It's been great.
Max Meyer mania.
I got Max Meyer mania.
Relax.
Relax. 8-0?
No, he's pitched great. He's pitched phenomenal so far this season. It's been the ace of your staff, even though Sandy's the guy.
Sandy's been great lately, too.
What's good is that Yuri came back on Wednesday, I believe. Yes, Wednesday.
Good showing on Wednesday.
So, yeah, he went 4 2/3. So, you're starting to get healthy. You know, They're a deep team, bro. Like, guys can go. You could send guys to the minors and bring guys back, and when the guys that are brought back, they start contributing, and the guys that need to go to the minors, they get their act together, and they get called back to the roster, and they start performing. So, look, man, 4 games above 500, beating the team that's ahead of you in the wild card. So, by the All-Star break, the Marlins could be in the wild card, like one of the wild card leaders. So, if anybody told you that after 81 games or 82 games that they would be 4 games above 500, I think you would take it.
Absolutely. Panthers did send a 5th-round pick this year and a 4th-rounder next year to Philadelphia to acquire winger Garnett Hathaway. NHL draft continues today. The Cats have 2 2nd rounds, a 4th, 2 6th rounds, and a 7th. So in case you're following the Cats in their draft status, you can see what's going on with that. Toronto Maple Leafs did draft Gavin McKenna, number 1 overall in the NHL draft last night. The Canadian played for Penn State collegiately. Here's something really important, and I've been talking about this a lot because I think it's very important. Inter Miami CF, their organization, and they've teamed up with the city of Doral to help earthquake victims in Venezuela. New Stadium has been designated a location that you can drop off goods to help the cause. So if you go out to New Stadium, you'll see the signs where you can drop off goods for our family and friends in Venezuela as they deal with that devastating earthquake that struck the country the other day. And the Heat have offered center Vlad Golden a 2-way qualifying offer, but not for Trevor Keels. So another Vlad down here in South Florida.
There's only one Vlad.
There's only one. Only one. Speaking of only one, there's only one day spa. Did you hear about this giraffe that escaped his enclosure in Texas?
No.
He disappeared for a week. Couldn't be found.
What do you do? How you can't find a giraffe? Come on, man. I know everything's big. I know they like to say everything's big in Texas. But how you not gonna find a big ass giraffe?
I thought maybe someone cooked it, but no, they found the giraffe, brought it back.
Where was he?
I don't know. They found it in a ditch somewhere.
In a ditch?
Just hanging out, man. Just hanging out, staying cool.
Where in which part of Texas? Dallas? Was that the White House?
No, I don't know where it was in Texas.
Was it by Cowboy Stadium?
Yeah,
AT&T Stadium?
I don't think so, man. I don't think so. Too much soccer action going on, man. Too much soccer action going on.
Wow, a giraffe just out in Texas. Huh?
Just hanging, man. Disappearing act. Crazy.
Nosy too, man. Always putting his neck out.
Yeah. I hear that. It's good. It's been a wild week here in South Florida. We're going to break down each and every one of the moves, what we like, what we don't like, what it means for these teams. Woo! What a week with my cousin Vladimir Lewis. I am Dan Day, and this is Sports Day on 104.3 FM WQAM.
I went deaf on it.
This has been one of the great weeks here in South Florida. Not only are we hosting World Cup games, the biggest World Cup group game of the whole entire tournament, which is coming up later today, Portugal v. Colombia. Wow. Star power everywhere. Colombia's been playing fantastic. Ronaldo coming off a brace the other day. 500,000 Colombians wearing their kits all week long.
Nothing but yellow.
Nothing but highlighter yellow. People that love Ronaldo, and most people do. I know you can choose Messi or Ronaldo. I love them all. I got a lot of love for both guys.
That's my guy.
Love them both. I prefer Messi, but that's just me. So that's just, if that's not an excitement enough, I mean, goodness gracious. We had Brazil and Scotland play on Wednesday night.
Vinny Jr. Everybody forgets about Vinny.
Nobody forgets about Vinny.
They forget about Vinny. Don't be mentioning his name. I hear Mbappe. I hear Messi. I hear Haaland.
All the scores are
I hear it, but they forget about Vinny Jr. Vinicius.
Yes, Brazil is a very overlooked team.
I didn't say the team. I just said the player. I didn't say the team.
I mean, Vinny's the best player on that team.
They're not mentioning his name with the
he's right up there in scoring with everybody.
That's what I'm saying.
Except for Messi, who's ahead of everybody who
by just a
should
goal.
Not play tonight, by the way.
By a goal.
By a goal.
Over Vinny Jr., over Mbappe, over Dembele.
I think Dembele only has 3 goals, though.
No, he has 4.
Oh, he has 4? Okay.
He has 4. He scored 1 in the second game, and then he scored 3 last night.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, bro.
So that's excitement enough. But no. It gets more exciting.
It does.
Sunday night, you go to bed early, or you stay up a little bit past 7:30, 8 o'clock, and you hear the rumor that has always been circling in South Florida. You didn't know if it was ever true. It's like Sasquatch. You hear about it, but you never know if it's really going to happen. Everywhere I go, people are like, what's the chances Brady Tkachuk comes and plays with brother Matthew? I'm like, you never know. You never know. I mean, I guess it could happen, but he is the captain of a team. He's locked into a long contract. You know, they seem to be happy. Well, for the past, let's say, year, Vlad, we've heard the rumblings of they don't like the fact of how jingoistic he might be with the United States. Also, there's some other rumors about Brady Tkachuk's character, which I'm not getting into people's personal lives, but they said that Ottawa doesn't really like a lot of that silliness. You said, they're still not going to do it.
And then everything really started, I think, to me, picked up steam after Team USA won the Olympic
they
gold.
Didn't like his jingoistic.
They didn't like the fact that a lot of the American players who were the best players on their Canadian teams, respective NHL Canadian teams, went to Miami and partied at Club 11 with Matthew and some of the other Team USA players. They wanted him to go right back to Canada.
They felt as though he prioritized the USA Olympic team over his own team, which is the Ottawa Senators.
That's only hate because their country lost.
Right. It's personal, but I am so naive. My nativity. I'm sitting there with you, Vlad. You're like, oh, Panthers just traded Mackie Samoskevich to Seattle for a draft pick. I go, whatever. I left.
I'm looking at it. I'm like, no. But when
little did I know at the time,
I'm like,
you were letting me in on.
Yeah, I'm like,
wait a second.
Nah, something's going on here because I'm like, they got 2 first-round picks now.
Yeah, I was like, whatever.
You were like, whatever.
I'll miss Mackie Samoskevich, but I mean, whatever.
So I thought this was going to be for a move for a goalie. That's what I thought. And then
maybe some Hallebuck action.
2 hours later, Brady Tkachuk is now a member.
Sasquatch showed up.
Yeah,
Brady Tkachuk coming to be with the team with his brother. Formidable lineup right there. We got to figure out the goalie position. If you do the numbers, it does not look very likely.
But you know who was happy?
Unless Bob makes a hometown deal.
You know who's the happiest?
I'm gonna go with Keith.
Nope. And Keith made the Hall of Fame that same day.
Yeah, I know. Keith Tkachuk.
It's not Keith. It's not Matthew. It's not Mama Tkachuk. It's not even Brady.
Doug Plagans?
Not Dougie P.
Nobody's a bigger fan of the Panthers than him.
It is the elbow room.
Goodness gracious.
The ER will continue. The ER will now be the live location for their podcast.
And I can believe that. Yes, that's cool.
I can see them having locking down the upstairs of the ER.
They bought in as a part owner or something?
They might be.
I can't remember the story, if they're just best friends with the owner or if they bought in as part owners of the thing. Either way, great investment. Wow.
Yes, I am prepared for the Tobin tears when Bob leaves.
If you do the math, and I've been, you know,
You've been mathing?
when you can kind of feel something and you want to prepare people.
You've been numbers crunching?
It doesn't sting as much. I'm trying to take away a little bit of the sting. Now, let me set you up a little bit. First of all, trust in Bill Zito. No matter what happens, Bill Zito, he can get anything done. So don't doubt Bill Zito. And whatever Bill Zito does, you got to believe.
No, you gotta agree with it. Like if he hasn't pulled off. What bad move has he pulled in the last 4 seasons? Okay, then. So you got to just go with his decision.
So Bill Zito can do anything. He's a magic worker. And Sergei Bobrovsky might decide, you know what? It doesn't hurt to ask, but I want to be with this team and I want to make a run and we can figure out some math and do some things. But if you do the math,
7 years, $42 million at the age of 38.
He kind of came to the Panthers and said, I don't care how many years, but I need to be probably the highest paid goaltender in the league. And I need like $45 million.
Wait. Time out. He won't. Truth. He can't. Because here's the thing.
He can ask.
Igor Shesterkin is making the most.
Yes,
right? He's making 11.
To be right up there.
But in order for him to make that, he also wants what? He wants a lot of years.
From what I understand, he did not ask for the years. He said you can spread it out however you want to spread it out.
But if you spread it out,
I want at least 42 to 45 or 50 million.
But that would for you to be the highest paid, that would only be 4 years.
He wants that 40. 42, 40.
That's what I'm saying, because the first report was 7 years, 42 million. So I'm thinking, okay, he just wants to get paid for the next 7 years or whatever. But we all know those deals never.
Right, but that's not the problem.
So if you want that deal, basically you want what he wants is like a 3 to 4 year deal worth 42, 45, where he's making nearly $13 to $15 million a year as a goalie per season. He's 38, so that's why I'm thinking that 7 years.
38.
Yeah,
he will be 38.
He's okay
at the start of the season,
but he's 30.
He will be 38 at the start of the season.
He's 38. All right,
for lack of a better term, yes.
He's 38. Don't see that man playing another 4 seasons.
4? I think you can do 4.
I don't see Sergei playing another 4 seasons.
Well,
if he is, I don't see him being at the top level that he has been.
Right. He's not that goalie anymore that can just stand on his head and shut you down. He does need a defense in front of him. We saw that last year. If he doesn't have some defensive help, he's not the standout that he once was, which we all are when we get older. That's not a problem. I'm saying, if you do the math, you've been warned that there's a possibility that Sergei Bobrovsky will not be on this team next year. He's a free agent come July 1st. So just keep that in mind.
So we got three more days.
Yeah.
That they have a chance to negotiate a deal.
We have what would you call it? Not advantage, but we have the edge until July 1st. Then July 1st, Sergei Bobrovsky and his people get the advantage in the whole situation. We'll see. Trust in Bill Zito. Trust in Pat Riley, by the way. Past couple of years, we said, what is going on? Terry Rozier was an absolute mess.
Yeah, big mistake.
Huge mistake. We all make them. Pat Riley went out and got Giannis Antetokounmpo from the Milwaukee Bucks. And I think
another trade or transaction that's been rumored for a long time, for years and months.
Hey, look, Boston Celtics offered Jaylen Brown and 2 first-round picks. That's pretty good. They like the Heat's offer more, which included Tyler Hero,
1,
Kel'el Ware,
2,
Kaspers Jakuchonis,
3,
Jaime Jaquez Jr.,
4.
And then we can get into the weeds. 3 first-round picks spread out over some years.
Dude, 4 heavy rotational players.
The 13th pick in this year's draft.
Which would have been 5.
A couple of pick swaps, some second-rounders. And I think Ira Winderman put it best. Ira Heat beat Winderman from the Sun Sentinel. All the people say we gave up too much. How for the past couple of years, we don't have enough to get out of the play-in, but we have enough to give up too much. I think that's right. I don't think we gave up too much. I think we gave up what we needed to give up to get Giannis Antetokounmpo and make ourselves a contender in the East.
You have to listen. You know the motto I always say: to get, you got to give.
Yeah.
So to get a 2-time MVP, top 5 player in the world, you're gonna have to give up a lot.
And for everybody said, what are you going to do with the roster? They'll figure it out. There's already talks of Chris Middleton coming over.
All right. So here's the thing now.
Tim Hardaway Jr.
They're going to be able to get a roster. They'll be able to form a roster.
Yeah.
Now, Can they win the title this year? Who knows? I don't expect them to. I expect them to advance further in the playoffs than they have been. But I think the team needs to get to know each other, and you have to sign the right players to for this roster in order for you to compete. And I don't know if the guys that are available, like Chris Middleton's great, knows how to play with Giannis, the whole nine, but he's also old. He's older, and he's been banged up.
He's been averaging 10 points a season for the past 2 years.
That's not good. Chris Middleton used to put up 20 a season.
They're not asking him to put up 20, though.
But you're going to be asking him to put up some points because you need some outside shooting.
Tim Hardaway Jr.
He's
playing on the league minimum.
He's played in the league. He can give you some buckets, but he's not consistent. He's consistently inconsistent. Trust me, I would know. He's been a Knick twice, Dallas Maverick, Atlanta Hawk, Denver Nuggets. He's a journeyman.
Okay. Well, they'll figure it all out.
But you got to trust Pat.
You got to feel as though you're in control.
You got to trust Pat. And the fact is, they got exempts. They got a lot of exempts that they can utilize in order to get some players. But have you taken a look at the free agency market in the NBA? It's not a good one this season.
No, it's not.
It's not.
Figure it out. Giannis Antetokounmpo, and this is the thing I like about the Giannis Antetokounmpo move. Once again, I'm going to throw some sunshine on everything. Is you got bigger and better defensively with that move.
Absolutely,
you go out there,
you're going to be great.
I'm going to say you go out there and get a Ja Morant. You don't exactly get bigger, and you don't exactly get that much better defensively. But with this, now you got Bam Adebayo and Giannis Antetokounmpo that can really clog some things up.
No, defensively, this is going to be a great team. I expect them to be a top 3, top 5 defensive team.
You're also going to have to probably say goodbye to Norman Powell. That's the word.
Well, here's the thing. And this is where people were going crazy. And I'm like, okay, you think Norman Powell, this is his best opportunity to get a bag. You think that man's going to take less? Why? Did you not remember how the end of the season?
Yeah.
How it played out? He didn't look too thrilled.
No.
Okay. And then another thing, you're hoping Wiggy.
That's right. You might have to do some exemption and some.
You're hoping for Wiggy. Wiggins' name is always put in a trade. Wiggins might not want to show you guys good faith, knowing that during the trade deadline he might be used and moved. So there's a lot of talk and dialogue that needs to be had in order to make sure that what you consider to be the starting lineup or the guys that you expect to be on this team are there, because there's a good chance they might not.
Yes, that's a chance. Well, they're going to have to figure out this lineup, but we do know we got Bam Adebayo. We do know we have Giannis Antetokounmpo, and the rest will fall into place as it goes. Lots of figuring out to do. So nonetheless, it's very exciting times in South Florida. Like I said, if you're a fan and you say our teams never try to do anything, well, all of our teams have made moves this past year to make themselves more competitive and contenders, so you cannot fault them for that. We'll see where it goes from there, though.
See, what I liked about the Panthers move before we go to break is that the fact is getting Barkey back is almost like a free agent move. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you didn't have it last year.
You didn't have it last year, and that was the reason why your season went down the toilet.
He's your best player, by the way.
Facts.
So getting your best player back that's what's more.
But not only are you getting your best player back, but you're getting one of the best players in the league now on your team.
Right. In addition to that.
And
you already had one of the best lineups, if not the best lineup in the league.
You know how many fights they're gonna be at the Amerant Bank Arena? The Kachuk brothers just beating up. They're gonna be the new tag team champs.
They're
gonna be the NHL tag team champions of the world.
It's gonna be what do you get more of? Parties at the elbow room or fights on the ice?
Oh, I think you get both. You might get a fight on the ice and then they go party at the elbow room. So it's a tit for tat?
Are you doing a tit for tat?
Tit for tat.
We came to the conclusion it's tit for tat time when it comes to the Florida Panthers and the Kachuk brothers. Up next, we're going to do some some of the things that Vlad and I liked in and around the sports world this past week. A lot of it. We're going to do that next here on 104.3 FM, WQAM.
Text WQAM
Let's do some what I like. Some of the things that my cousin Vladimir Lewis and I like over the past weekend in South Florida. We got a lot to like Greek Freak. I am a huge fan of Greek food, and now I'm a huge fan of Greek basketball as Giannis Antetokounmpo and maybe some new additions will make their way to the Miami Heat. It'll be official on July 6th. Of course, the whole world was in a flutter when Giannis Antetokounmpo was provisionally traded to the Miami Heat. And one guy who's always got an opinion is one Stephen A. Smith, talking about Giannis's impact might be bigger than LaMelo Ball going to the Minnesota Timberwolves.
I completely disagree with Big Perk, but not because of what he said about Ant-Man and LaMelo. It's because he's not taking into account the level of competition that exists in the Western Conference and what you're going to have to go through. Ant-Man and LaMelo Ball can potentially be lethal, no doubt about it. You know how I feel about Ant-Man, Big Perk. Vinny, you know that. But in the end, shoot, they ain't going to eclipse OKC. It's not going to knock off San Antonio. You're still going to have a hard time, as far as I'm concerned, with Denver and Houston. I'm just going to keep it a buck in that regard. I think the road to prosperity is what you have to take into consideration here, and that's why I think that Giannis is the more impactful deal. Consider the fact that in the restricted area, essentially in the paint, that the Miami Heat ranked in the bottom 10 over the last several years in the NBA. They didn't have any interior kind of offense whatsoever. Giannis shot 71% from the field last year. 79%, I believe the number was. 79% of his shots came in the paint. 79% of his shots in the paint area. And obviously, he was a league leader in that category in terms of what he brings. You're talking about a problem solution situation that the Miami Heat directly addressed by grabbing Giannis Antetokounmpo. When you combine that with Bobby Portis being his teammate, who is no scrub, we don't mention him enough. He is not a scrub. The brother can play. He's there. Then you combine that with the fact that you've got a situation where Bam Adebayo, a 20-10 player, who's an all-star caliber player, two-time Olympic gold medalist, and an elite defensive player. You look at that front line, it is not something to sneeze at. They still got to fill out a roster, make no mistake. But the road to prosperity in the Eastern Conference is a little bit easier to tackle than the West. And that's why I say Giannis is the more impactful move, because the level of resistance that he'd have in the West is not necessarily what he's going to have in the East.
I agree with those two things that Stephen A. Smith says. Number one, the path is less resistant in the East than the West, but also, look, the Heat did address something that they needed, that inside presence and scoring. Crazy with this, though, with LaMelo Ball, Vlad, I did not see that coming. They said the price they got for him was way too high to turn down as LaMelo Ball goes to the Minnesota Timberwolves as they try to make a push against the San Antonio Spurs again and Oklahoma City.
That was different.
Interesting push, though.
It's an interesting push. I do realize that they had to get rid of Randall. Randall was just not going to be a fit. I'm sorry. I like Julius as a person, but he's just not I don't want to say he's not a winning player, but if you were a contending team, his style of play is just not. It's not
conducive
to winning
the big games. Yeah.
So Ant-Man needed somebody who could take the ball, take some pressure off him with the ball, be able to set up the offense and everything like that. They got a lot of wings. They got McDaniel. They got
I can't believe they got to keep him.
They got Ayo. They kept Ayo. They re-signed Ayo. And you got Ant-Man, you got LaMelo, and you still got Gobert. But you do need an inside presence. And trading Julius Randle to Brooklyn, and then also trading Naz Reid.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to give Naz Reid up to Charlotte. It's interesting to see what they're gonna do.
With that being said,
now
are they gonna try to win a championship with good guard play? It's like, well,
you definitely.
Although the Knicks did have some big guys.
You need a good guard play, but you have to be balanced. That's one thing the Knicks were. The Knicks were balanced. I want to see. I'm not saying anything with the Miami Heat team because I got to see the rest of the roster, how the rest of the roster is filled out.
Right, and don't make no bones about it. We need to see how this roster is.
I need to see the roster filled out,
but it is an easier path in the East.
I'm getting it. So they say because look, it's not taking shots at the guy, but remember he's only been we looked at the playoff history. It's only been twice. He's been past the first round.
I understand.
So he's had difficult paths in the East as well. Everybody's saying the West was difficult. There was only one tough series in the Western Conference in the playoffs that went more than 5. That was the Western Conference Final. Everything else was 5-5, sweep.
No, I thought the Spurs.
Oh wait,
and the
I'm
Timberwolves
sorry.
Went 6.
I think the Rockets and the Lakers went 6.
That's right.
I think the Rockets and the Lakers went 6.
Yeah, because we were scared the
but
Lakers
the
were going to
Spurs
drop that 3-0 lead.
and then the Spurs and T-Wolves went 6. But those last 2 games were blowouts by the Spurs. So there was really one competitive series throughout the whole Western Conference playoffs, and that was the Spurs versus the Thunder. So
that's because there's a gap between the first 2 teams and the rest of the league.
But then it's like, come on, man. Like the West is tough, but it's not that much tougher. The East, you saw a competitive series. You saw more competitive series. But he's a Miami Heat. You got to see what else they're going to surround him with, what other players before anybody can say anything. But yeah, Stephen A saying that is more impactful. Duh. You got a 2-time MVP.
Yeah.
Like, who's going to say LaMelo going to the Timberwolves is more impactful than Giannis coming to Miami and making them Miami now a contender, a team that's going to be on national TV more times than not this upcoming season?
It's going to be exciting. It is going to be exciting. One more thing before we go. The guy who I thought was the USA Soccer's best coach of all time. Now we got Mauricio Pochettino. Jurgen Klinsmann talking on ESPN about how the U.S. men's national team should have played their starters in a meaningless game against Turkey the other day.
Is it a concern for you, as what JJ pointed out, that the gap between first 11 and those who are coming in terms of quality is probably bigger than we thought?
Well, I don't think he's right, JJ, but it's not one game that proves that point. Yeah, it's good to give them a go. It's to give them a game, but also a bit risky because there's a lot of days in between the games, which is unusual for a World Cup. Usually in a World Cup, it's far more compact. It's a time with 48 teams, so they stretch the group phases. So you have every 6-7 days a game. So now for the ones that didn't start today, so the first 11, let's put it that way, it's quite a stretch to next week's game against Bosnia-Herzegovina, most likely. So to keep them in a rhythm, I think is really important.
I don't know about that, Vlad. You got to protect your guys with the yellow card. They did get Christian Pulisic in there. I thought that was pretty good that he got some running. He looked like the best player on there. Plus, they got some experience from some of the other guys that if they're called upon, they have no more stage fright. They have been on that stage. So I don't know if it was – and Vlad, you'll be the first to attest to this. You'd rather have rust than
I'm all about rest over rust, man.
Right. I'd rather be rusty and rested.
It's going to wear off at some point. But you know what? That rest, whoo,
I will take that.
NBA Finals, great example. Yeah, they might have had young legs. They might have been one of the youngest teams. But you know what happens when you put up that effort? You exert that much energy. You're gonna be exhausted. That's a strike. What are you doing, man?
So I'm okay. Jurgen, I understand where you're coming from. You want to keep the rhythm. There's a lot of days off between, but nope. Not risking the red card, not risking the legs. And as you saw in the NBA Finals, 2 different games, granted, but the Spurs down the stretch, that was it.
Right.
They didn't have an extra gear.
So give me the rest.
I need all my gears going into these knockout games for the U.S. So we love you, Jurgen, but we got Mauricio Pochettino now, who supposedly got offered a new deal from the USA Soccer program. So we shall see about that. Up next, though, we're going to talk a little Brady Tkachuk. Brady Tkachuk. So many reasons to be down here in South Florida. He'll explain the main one. We're going to take a break, come back with that next here on Sports Day 104.3 FM WQAM. All right, talked about a lot of things that we liked over the past 24, 48 week here in South Florida. It's been good, and the way we started off the week with a bang was one Brady Tkachuk in a blockbuster trade coming to play with his brother Matthew Tkachuk. He was actually introduced to the media earlier this week, and Brady Tkachuk, amongst a lot of things that he's excited about in South Florida, winning a championship, playing with his brother, being part of an organization, going to the elbow room, and being part of one of the deeper, scarier teams in the league. One of the main reasons he wants to play with the Florida Panthers, one that's close to home, literally close to home. He wants his kids to grow up with his brother's kids.
That was the first time it hit last night, is flying together with my two kids, Matthew's daughter, that all of us together. That was where we're like, holy cow, this is real, and this is what's going to be, everyday life. So, that's something that was really important to have our kids, grow up together, be close, and something that we find that's going to be really special for our family.
That really is something special right there, that the family can kind of grow up together.
They sound alike.
They don't look that much alike, but they
don't look much alike, but you could tell they're brothers.
Yeah. But that's cool that their families can have holidays together and be together and have that support system. That's really nice.
I mean, dude, they love South Florida, man.
Oh, who doesn't?
They love South Florida, and South Florida loves them back. And because of that, you could tell that we've been there. We've been to the postseason where we've seen the family. We've seen Brady. You could tell Brady's like, man, I wish I could be here playing here. Like you could tell that it was seeping in his head, like
you could see
seeping in his brain.
The father and the mother, Keith and the mother were
right.
They never look like, we wish Matthew could go to Ottawa. It was always
but it was always like
Brady would come down to South Florida.
Brady's looking like, he's like, oh man, I wish I could be here, man. This seems like the life, and he's here.
Also, credit Bill Zito, Paul Maurice, and those guys for the way that they have made built this organization. Everyone raves about the Florida Panthers. Some people even say, like, I hate the team. I hate going up against them. But you got to admit, they're deep, they're tough, they're physical, they're better at us than pretty much everything. The organization is just well put together. And it's hard to believe that even 8 years ago, I would be saying that about the Florida Panthers.
I saw this 4 years ago. This Brady and Matthew was going to happen.
Everybody's been talking about
it. Since, when I realized it? When the All-Star game was here.
Okay.
And then they were on the line. I think they were on the line together. And was it them two and Barkey maybe? I think it was him. It was Matthew, Barkey, and Brady. And you look at the line, I was like, I could see this in the future. There were so many line options, so many great lines that the Panthers could put forth that, I'm excited for this 26-27 season.
Yes, indeed.
Just,
definitely a believer in this one.
Once the goaltending situation is complete.
That is a huge question mark, which we should have some clarity over the next couple of days, I would guess. Hopefully sooner than later, because, sooner than later means they found a way to work it out. Later means questionable. Let's get into some of these headlines. No question about it. France, so far the best team in the World Cup, defeating Norway 4-1. Dembele had a hat trick. Not Mbappe, but Dembele. Senegal, that's a good story right there. They destroyed Iraq 5-0. Speaking of great African teams, although when I say great stories, Cabo Verde. Saudi Arabia played to a scoreless draw. Cabo Verde advances. Ooh. Speaking of bad stories, Uruguay, they fell to Spain.
It's bad for Uruguayans.
That your team was the most frustrating team to watch in the tournament? Maybe outside of Panama?
They only scored one goal more than Haiti.
So it's 1-1, 2. Yeah, that's right. You're right. Haiti scored 2. Uruguay scored 3. So far. Well, no, there is no so far for either team.
No, both teams at home.
If Panama scores a goal tonight,
that
means that everyone scored. Now, Panama doesn't score tonight. There's nothing. I would think nothing more frustrating than.
Dude, that's the only thing I want in my when you realize your team is not gonna make it. You're making in the next round.
Just
the next day.
goal.
You just want to score a goal.
Or have a lead.
But have a lead. You gotta be gassed. You gotta be gassed. You know what? Sometimes I like to be gassed. Let me live in delusion.
Haitian fans were fired up.
That was great, man. It was great. They were so happy.
I'd be proud. Now, if I'm a Panamanian, fan and I don't score in the whole tournament, I'm not proud. Uruguayan fans had nothing really, I hate to be piling on, but not much to be proud of. And the way they handled themselves at the end of the match last night, and I know Uruguay's got that edge to them. They've always had it, but not a good way to go out. And the way the goalkeeper, a legend in the game, by the way, he saved the ball and then it bounced and ricocheted off his hand and went in, and that was the deciding factor in the game. That's the deciding factor that sent you home. All you needed was a tie or a win, and you couldn't do it. Although it'd be
they had opportunities,
albeit against Spain. I get that. Still, you should have taken care of business against at least one time against Saudi Arabia or Cabo Verde. You did not. Therefore, you do not advance. The only South American qualifier to not advance to the next round, by the way. Only.
Really?
Yeah.
Uruguay?
Only South American team.
Oh, my God. Now they're going to get made fun of by all the other South American countries.
5 other teams. Ecuador found a way to beat Germany.
Brazil, obviously.
Winning their group. Argentina, obviously winning their group. Paraguay.
Ooh, Paraguay. They made it?
Through. Yeah, they got through barely. Wow. Because they had that 0-0 or that scoreless draw the other day.
When not scoring is like scoring.
Yes.
As long as you don't have to score, as long as you don't give up a score, you're good.
So it should be interesting. Of course, Egypt and Iran played to a 1-1 draw, and Belgium defeated New Zealand 5-1. Why is that interesting? Because if the United States takes care of business of Bosnia-Herzegovina on Wednesday, 8 o'clock in Los Angeles, they would get a Seattle matchup, most likely against Belgium, which would, once again, we've gone up against some of the bigs and some of the higher tier teams like Belgium in the past, and they have been killers of ours. So it'd be really good to, first of all, beat Bosnia-Herzegovina, then test your mettle against a Belgium team that is beatable, as I watched them against Iran the other day, a scoreless draw last Sunday, and they are not the Belgium of past that I've seen. But you never know. These knockout rounds are interesting. Today, Vlad, let's get ready for some more football. England, Panama, Croatia, Ghana. Some of these African teams have been really good stories. Senegal, Côte d'Ivoire, I'm telling you, they're a dark horse. And Ghana, I mean, although their style is extremely frustrating.
Why? They're physical.
And they just...
And they grab and they don't try to attack.
They don't try to score. Yeah. They've got one goal in this tournament, by the way. Park the bus.
I mean...
One of the few phrases that does not excite you as a soccer fan. At least not in the United States. I understand.
You know, some teams like to use the New Jersey Devils defensive strategy in the mid-90s.
7:30, Uzbekistan and Democratic Republic of Congo. Now, not a lot of people.
Oh, that's what that means, huh?
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell is it?
But they reverse it. It's like CDR.
Yeah.
It's Democratic Republic of Congo. No one is going to be watching that outside of Uzbekistan and Congo people.
Why not?
Because you've got Colombia, Portugal at 7:30 from Miami Stadium. I can't lie. The whole world is going to be stoked up. That theoretically at one point could have been.
You know how many beautiful people are going to be outside?
It's going to be, man. Portugal got some action.
And they all came to see the Cristiano and James.
2 beautiful men.
2 former teammates.
That's true. That's true.
I wonder if they're going to reminisce about their Real Madrid days.
They will. I guarantee. So, but then it gets better because once that game ends,
I love how you guarantee that to me.
What do you think they're not going to talk about?
I'm like, yo, he's like, oh yeah, guaranteed they're going to talk about Real Madrid, and I'm like,
no, they're going to talk about Chicharrones.
Yeah, this guy just told me with damn like assurance that they're going to be talking about.
I was really more thinking about Argentina, Jordan at 10 o'clock. That's why I guaranteed that they're going to talk about Real Madrid.
Okay, Argentina versus Jordan. That is,
first of all, mismatch
of epic proportions.
I'm not gonna say it like I'm saying this right now as the second string of Argentina is still a mismatch for Jordan.
This game is being played where?
Oh, I want to say Atlanta or something like that.
It's the late game. It can't be that. It might be in the West Coast.
Oh yeah, that's probably right.
Or is it Mexico? Maybe.
Argentina v Jordan.
All right, I'll tell you right now.
Man,
Arlington, Texas. It's in Dallas.
They got a 4%. Jordan has a 4% win possibility, even with Messi not playing. Possibly,
Messi doesn't have to play.
I would be surprised if he plays, but then again, I wouldn't be surprised at the fact that they're trying to keep him in the Golden Boot standing, so they might put him in like the 70th minute.
But the other guys didn't score.
That's a risk. I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't do it.
I don't think they would.
And they're playing when? They're probably playing what, Thursday? No, they're playing When's that game? July 2nd,
They
right?
get Cabo Verde though.
What's that? A Wednesday or Thursday? I think that's a Thursday.
Second, they're playing on the 3rd.
Or is it 3rd?
July
So they're
3rd,
playing
6
next
o'clock,
Friday.
Miami Stadium.
So they're not playing till next Friday.
Messi's good.
He's got a good 6 days
But
off.
you know, man, price of admission. You know how people get when Messi doesn't play.
I don't care. This is you came to see the country. You
Now it's the country.
You came to see the country.
You don't think there's some people in Texas that are like, oh man, I get to go see Messi play?
Well, then, too bad for you. If you came here to see one Lionel Messi play, I'm sorry to hurt your feelings there, boy, but we got to use him and save him for the big games.
I feel as though deep in the heart of Texas, they know ball.
Thursday.
They ain't worried about. They're like, man, you watch.
It's no different than sitting.
You watch soccer for the name on the front, not on the back. All right.
Hey, boy, they're no different than sitting one.
Careful with that term.
Yeah, well, I'm talking to you. It's not the other way around.
No roles reversal. We're not role reversal.
It's no different than sitting Dak for a Week 16 game when we already clinched the NFC.
That's right.
It's no different than that.
Same thing gonna happen later on this year. We got this. Let's go. Argentina, Dallas Cowboys. 2 peas in a pod.
Wait, what? Argentina actually wins.
Well, in your mind, Algeria, Austria. Don't sleep on that game either, because Austria already has a win against Jordan. With a win against Algeria, they would be through to the next round also. Although Argentina has tied up the number 1 seed.
Hey, Argentina really got an easy group, man.
What can I say?
Wait a minute. Who's in that group? Algeria, Jordan, and who?
Austria.
Oh, my God.
I mean, I will tell you.
You might as well call them.
Some of these groups, I was like, whoa, that was like that Ivory Coast, Germany, Panama, and who was in there? Ivory Coast, Germany. I can't remember the other. That was rough. Haiti had a pretty rough group too.
Yeah, we had Brazil, we had Morocco, and we had Scotland.
No favors done right there, man. No favors, but it's all the luck of the draw. Max Meyer, not lucky, just good.
Oh my God, he's
7
just
innings,
pitching, bro.
no runs. Marlins 4-0 win over the Cardinals. They're the hottest team, by the way.
You know what I love about this
in the
team?
month of June.
Not only the hottest team, but they play quick games. That game yesterday there was supposed to be a
rain delay,
multiple rain delays, and the way they were pitching, they were moving through. It was funny. The rain delay didn't happen until the top of the 8th when the Marlins scored their first run, and then they called for the tarp, and it was only like maybe a 15-20 minute rain delay.
Nice.
Yeah, bro. Nobody. The producers hate rain delays. That's when you got to start digging in the past, try to find like 20-minute interviews from media day or fan day.
We're here with Jacob Marcy.
You're right. And you got to make sure that some of the players are still around.
That's
still on the curve.
Connor Norby got sent down the other day.
Yeah, that was rough.
There was talk of Connor Norby being our All-Star this year at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Might be in that AAA All-Star game. We'll see.
Oh, damn.
Cardinals and the Marlins play today at 7:15. Ryan Gusto gets the start for the Fish. You can hear it on WQAM. I know you're a video gamer, Vlad, so EA Sports College Football 27 has released its ratings, and Miami has an 88, which makes it the 6th best team on the game. Malachi Toney, Mark Fletcher Jr., Ahmad Moten, Darian Mensah, and Cooper Barkate also rank in the top 10 in their respective positions. So if you're playing video games on simulation mode, well, that probably doesn't bode well if you're a Hurricanes fan, because you want to do better than 6. I mean, it sounds bad, but man, we can't finish 6th this year. We got to be in the top 4, number 1, man. We believe in this team. We believe.
Give me another month. I'll start getting into college football.
There's also talk that AJ Greer, who's in a contract year, will not be rejoining the Panthers simply because they can't make the money right. So the Panthers went out and gave away a 5th-round pick this year and a 4th-round pick next year to Philadelphia to acquire winger Garnett Hathaway. Just to let you know that.
Okay.
Kane's great. Michael Irvin. He recently said
playmaker.
He thinks that the greatest freshman receiver in the program's history.
Malachi Toney?
Yes, he did. Said it.
Okay.
I don't know. I'd like to hear a playmaker go like, me. Just saying. You want to hear some technical news? You like the red tape and all the, the rules. Major League Baseball is pushing for a 5-year maximum for free agents that switch teams and a 6-year maximum for those that re-sign with their current team.
So if you're a free agent, you're switching teams, you only sign a 5-year contract?
That's a maximum, yeah.
And if you sign with your original team, you get an extra year?
You get a bonus year, yeah. So interesting.
These contracts have been kind of ridiculous, bro.
Interesting.
In hockey and baseball, they're giving guys like 7 to 10 year contracts for 9 figures.
Yeah, they give 10 years all the time.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But I'm not the one. It's not like the players saying, "Hey, you got to give me 10 years." You're the one that's offering that.
The team wants it. It
yeah.
helps the team. So this is the funny thing about Major League Baseball. The organization wants a salary cap. You want to know why? Not because they think it's uncompetitive for teams like the Yankees and the Dodgers to spend all that money. It's because if they put a salary cap at the high ceiling and a floor, there would be 5 teams that have to come down to get below the ceiling. There's like 14 teams, including the Marlins, that would have to come up in pay to get below the floor, above the floor. So they're really trying to
5 teams that would have to come down
on spending.
So for
14 teams teams would have to come up
just to make a difference of 9. That's basically what you're doing, because 4 teams have to come up and 5 teams have to go down. That's a difference, like, so 9 teams.
14.
Oh, 14. That's what I'm saying.
But what I'm saying is the MLB problem is not teams spending too much money.
It's the teams that are not spending at all.
Yeah.
Dude, half the league would have to spend up.
And a couple of handfuls of teams.
A handful of teams would have to come down. So what? They were trying to say the Yankees and the Dodgers would have to come down a little bit.
Mets would have to come down. Yeah. The MLB's like, wait a second, hold up. We got to make this a little more competitive.
It has been competitive.
It has been. Yeah, absolutely.
What are you talking about? Like, dude, the Rays have shown you a model of consistency being a low market team.
Remember, the Marlins had to spend money this year because the MLB threatened them.
I'm happy that they did.
With taking away some of their league sharing.
No, I'm happy that they did. I'm happy that they did. Look, last year we asked them to keep us entertained for the summer. Right? This year we were asking because
we asked them.
We were asking them just to keep it be competitive, be entertaining last season. They were competitive all the way to the final week of the season,
and they ruined the Mets season.
Final weekend of the season, to be
final
quiet.
Game. They ruined the Mets season.
This year, we wanted more. We want them to compete for a wild card spot. Guess what they're doing? They're competing for a wild card spot. Guess what, fans? You don't know what your NFL football team is going to look like. You got a good idea what your Major League Baseball team is looking like. So this summer, go out to Lone Depot Park and go support your Marlins. It's going to be a couple of months till college football begins. It's going to be several months before hockey and basketball begins. And there's a big question mark on the Dolphins. But the Marlins are showing you right now that they got something going on. Go support them.
Yeah, and they got a lot of cool theme days. Not that I need theme days to go watch the Marlins play, but they do have a lot of the cool theme days to get out there and enjoy. So, mark your calendar. Go on out there. It's fun. Speaking of fun, let's go ahead and take a step into the day spa. A man in California had to recently be rescued from a septic tank. So he lost his sunglasses at a campground toilet.
Time out.
Dove in after it.
Time out. He dove in for his sunglasses?
Yeah. Couldn't get out. So I don't know if you've ever been.
What kind of glasses were they?
They must have been nice.
Were they Dior's?
Were they crappy glasses?
Were they Armani? Were they Versace? Like, were they? Did he spend a certain amount of money on it for you to be diving in?
I would assume if you're at a state or national park, you're not wearing designer sunglasses.
I wouldn't expect that either.
So if you ever use these parks bathrooms, a lot of times it's a toilet, but it's basically just like a huge septic tank with a toilet rim on the top. So I guess he dropped his glasses, and whether they were nice or not, he decided like, oh, I got to get my glasses.
Well, you know what? It might have not been designer. It might have been
like outdoorsy. Like,
no, it might have been glasses where he could record stuff and stuff like
right.
that. One of those, tech. New tech glasses.
This is my thing. It's bad enough.
Still, I'm not diving in.
So, what's the worst part of this story?
Diving in.
No, okay. Well, falling into a septic tank.
Diving, falling in, anything.
That's bad.
Septic.
Well, what's worse? falling into the septic tank are being trapped where you have to be rescued. It's one thing to come out and be all crap filled and be like, oh man, I got to get out of here. But at least nobody really knows.
It's a trap because you got to inhale it. Now you got to smell it. You're there for a minute.
If you can just get out.
Like, you're right. You could fall in and then you could get out. Like you were able to get out. You'd be like, oh my God. Then you just run into a shower. Like you're just trying to do something.
Your friends and family make fun of you. It's
right.
A good story.
It's a good story, but you at least you're in and out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're literally trapped in crap, and you have to call the authorities.
Oh man,
to
now you're rhyming too. Look at that. That's bad. Now guys are around you trapped in crap, and you got to inhale it. Oh man.
Like the authorities are probably they're not trying not to laugh the whole time.
And they can mess around with you too. Like, yeah, we're gonna get you. Man, look at it. He's stupid. His dumb ass falling in the septic tank.
Sir, we understand you're in a crappy situation. We'll do our best to get you out of this S. There's so many jokes you can make.
The jokes. Hey, baby, you can call people, baby, listen to this. I'm out here at work. This guy just falls in the septic tank for some dumbass glasses.
Did he get his glasses?
For some Apple glasses or whatever.
Let it go. Let it go.
Damn. Nasty. That's the nastiest of works, bro.
Let it go, Vlad. Just let it go.
I can't.
No, I'm talking about let your glasses go.
Oh, yeah. You should have insurance on those glasses. Get another one. Fam, I'd rather pay another extra amount of money than fall into a septic tank.
Get trapped in a septic tank.
And you're trapped? That's worse than being trapped in a closet.
Absolutely. Or trapped in a bathroom or trapped in a lot of places. Yeah. You know, we were talking about this earlier, though, to transition from crap to something that could be really good. The Miami Heat need to fill out this roster, and they need to most likely find some veterans that can know how to play with other wily veterans. Maybe there's another veteran out there that we're overlooking that could be joining the Miami Heat. Not Tim Hardaway Jr.
Who?
Nah, and maybe even a young guy we can throw in there. You know, a good mix of old and young for the Heat might be exactly what the doctor ordered. We're going to discuss that next here on 104.3 FM WQAM. The Miami Heat made a big move this week, trading a bunch of players to get one Giannis Antetokounmpo and Bobby Portis Jr., by the way. Bobby Portis Jr. a part of that deal, but that still leaves a lot of the roster left to be filled out for this team if they want to be a contender and they want to make some noise in the East. Well, it got a little interesting this week on the Hawk and Crowder show. Former Heat guard, two-time champion Mario Chalmers joined. And as he was talking to Alejandro Solana, Jimmy Menthols, Zach Gelb, I want to include everybody that was on the show.
I love the nickname you gave him, Jimmy Menthols.
Jimmy Garcia, Jaime Garcia,
a.k.a. Jimmy Menthols.
So they asked Mario Chalmers,
What they asked Rio?
how do you think this team should fill out the roster? Who could they get? And Mario Chalmers said he thinks there's a very high likelihood that LeBron James, coupled with his son, Bronny James, could be the next blockbuster acquisition for Pat Riley. Now you're saying, all right, that's good. Well, Mario Chalmers did say, and I quote, "I can see him, LeBron James, coming back. It'll definitely be a good opportunity because of Giannis and Bam." I would say, okay, that's cool. It's a very poetic, very romantic idea to have LeBron James come back and his son, Bronny James, whatever, they're a package deal. But couple that with this week, there's been reports that there's not been a lot of talks between LeBron James and the LA Lakers, and that King James is kind of growing weary of the way he's being treated.
I've also heard reports that everybody across the league says that they feel like LeBron James is returning to the Lakers. It's LeBron James. If he farted right now, there'll be reports that LeBron James fart. The scent has shifted to the Central, so it looks like he might be going to the Detroit Pistons or the Cleveland Cavaliers. We're at that point right now. Once the Giannis trade happens, now everybody's gonna wait for what LeBron's gonna do.
Chalmers opines you could actually get Bronny some real minutes at point guard and keep developing him and let him learn from other guys. So I think it's a great move.
No.
Where there's smoke, there is fire sometimes. Is there any smoke or fire to national outlets like ESPN saying that there is a growing trend that LeBron James could be going to the Miami Heat?
No.
So that's just smoke, no fire.
There's also the ESPN that was saying that Giannis Antetokounmpo was going to Boston. There was a great likelihood he was going to Boston.
There was a chance of that.
There was, but guess what? Come to find out, it wasn't really that much of a chance. He was going to Miami. Milwaukee might have been using Boston as a play to get more out of Miami, and Miami was willing to give them more. With this LeBron situation, I don't see that happening because just like Giannis, he needs shooters.
The hang up to this also is that I don't see LeBron James taking a drastic pay cut.
Moving his family out of the media empire that he's built in Los Angeles.
Another great argument is that LeBron James does use Los Angeles as part of his career launch and that he loves it in LA.
Right. I can see if he's gonna stay in if he's leaving the Lakers and he's gonna stay in a team in California, he can go to Golden State. But he said he wants to be paid, rightfully so. Miami doesn't have any money to give him. And you would have to trade for Bronny.
You would have to trade for Bronny.
You would have to trade for Bronny. So what are you going to give?
Extra $1 million a year.
You going to trade a second-round pick for a second-round pick?
That's fine. I mean, if it means getting LeBron James.
But nah, I don't see that happening.
Okay, well,
and I don't see it as being a good fit with the team that they currently have right now.
What about ESPN's Shams Charania? He's detailed exactly where things stand. And it isn't encouraging for Lakers fans, despite LA being heavily favored to retain him. I don't know how that's discouraging.
That's what see, how you just told me one thing that
I'm reading the article.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody knows. They just know saying LeBron, they're going to get traction.
Shams has said this, though. The front office of the Lakers has gone eerily quiet on the subject.
So? Wait a minute. If you're negotiating with people, who publicly says what they're going to negotiate?
Well, they can say that we're growing closer each and every day.
I'm not going to tell you that because what if we're
not?
They
do that all the time. I'm just arguing the point that teams all the time say we're working on something, we're going to get it done. I mean, the Dolphins said it with Devon Achane. They said, we're actively working on getting things done. It should be done eventually. Just reassure your fans. You
don't got to reassure
Laker
them.
Fans are freaking out.
You don't have to reassure them anything. This is just all talk. And guess what's going to happen on July 1st? LeBron James will probably re-sign with the Los Angeles Lakers. And all of this was just, we needed something to talk about and have viewers watch and listen. And that's exactly what we're doing right now.
And I quote Shams Charania. Once again, I'm just trying to get this out there so everybody knows where everything stands. You can be the realist. I'm just going to report the facts, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm not saying you, ma'am. I'm using a dragnet term. There was a check-in call made, to my understanding, early in free agency, once teams were able to start negotiating with their other free agents after the end of the NBA Finals. Since then, though, there hasn't been much communication, from my understanding, between the Lakers and LeBron James's side, and certainly not an offer yet. They're trying to see what can they do with his $50 million of space potentially, and then where does that leave LeBron? So it seems like we're just in a wait and see, and every day there's a wait and see, Vlad, the Heat's name gets thrown out there more and more. But that's the question. Is LeBron willing to take reduced numbers to play alongside Giannis?
He said $50 million. He's not. Okay, this is what I don't understand. If the reports are that he said he wants to get paid the full amount.
Okay.
Right? That's what it was said, right?
That's making my argument very hard, Vlad, to say that he's coming to the Heat.
That's what I'm saying.
Now let's preface this. Full disclosure.
Jeez.
You are a huge Lakers fan. And
What?
it would devastate you.
Wait, what?
You're a huge Lakers fan.
Dan?
I know you're a Knicks fan too, but you lived in LA and you love the Lakers, and I could tell you're getting fired up because
no, no. First of all, I'm not a Laker fan
at all.
No.
Then why do you always go to the game when they're in town?
Because I want to see the last opportunity that LeBron will be playing.
So you're a huge LeBron fan.
I am a big LeBron fan.
Okay, there you go. So why don't you want him down here in Miami?
I didn't say that I don't want him down here in Miami.
Push it out there, man.
I'm just saying that you guys are just dreaming, just delusions, because he just told everyone he's not taking
a discount. That's hard. That's hard to swallow if you're a Heat fan.
So if he's not taking a discount and he's telling the team that can offer him the full max that he's not taking a discount, what do you think a team that can't offer him anything? Why would they be talking to him? They got to sweet talk him? The man still got cookie PTSD.
Oh, yeah. But
yeah, he still got cookie PTSD. Come on, man. It's just anything with that. You mentioned that man's name, it's going to attract a lot of viewers.
But the facts of the matter are this. Mario Chalmers said it. That's a fact. He just said it. Now, what does Mario Chalmers have on this? Nothing, other than he knows LeBron and he knows the Heat.
Does he really
the fact of the matter is ESPN has reported there is growing momentum that LeBron James and Bronny James, with the silence that is going on between the Lakers and the LeBron James's camps.
I'm still trying to figure out how Bronny's in this, because you're still going to have to trade for Bronny.
Well, it's a package deal.
Then that means you're trading for LeBron.
Send Jovic over there, send us Bronny. Whatever.
In order for you to trade for LeBron,
you want to get rid of that money. If you could trade Jovic for Bronny, it's $14 million or $13 million off the books. That'd be a dream trade.
So
then you use that money.
Unless you're gonna sign LeBron to a $50 million unless you convince him, sign a $50 million contract with the Lakers, and then we'll trade for you and Bronny. No
simple solution.
No,
He'd only keep 7 men on the roster.
You're not gonna win a title.
Get the money right.
You're not gonna.
It's all about getting the money right, Vlad.
You're not gonna win a title with that.
Joking. That's a joke, everybody. That's a joke. Don't quote me on that.
You're not winning a title with that.
Don't quote me on that. So this is the thing. It's fun to speculate, and we'll keep it a buck with you right now. It's fun to speculate, but like I told you with Sergei Bobrovsky, keep your feet grounded. Most likely, there is no fire to this smoke about LeBron James and maybe Bronny, if you're worried about Bronny coming to the Miami Heat. But maybe Pat Riley has another rabbit to pull out of the hat. I'm just saying, it's not impossible. Right? You're not even going to give service to that?
Unless, listen, I would have given you a lot of It would have been a back and forth if he had said, "Look, I'm willing to take, I'm willing to play for anybody.
I want to win one more championship.
I'm willing to take a discount just to win a championship in the right situation." If he had said that, then I'd be like, okay, then it's definitely in play.
We're definitely one of the. Okay, so if he did say that, we would be one of the possible landing spots.
Well, here's the thing: Miami's always going to be a possible landing spot
because Giannis and Bam.
Well, no, remember Miami before you got Giannis, Miami's whole reputation is always being able to get a superstar from another team when that superstar or the agent starts saying that they want to leave. It doesn't matter whether it's football or basketball. Miami's name, the Miami sports team is always going to be referenced, whether it's Dolphins or the Heat. The fact of the matter is they finally got a whale. It's been a long time. It's been a while. I don't want to say a long time. It's been a minute. It's actually been 3 years. You had Jimmy, just that Jimmy became just a flopping whale. But you had whales. You were expecting to get the whale, didn't get it, and then now the move that you've been hearing about for nearly a year finally happens. You're all excited because you feel like you're relevant again. So now it's, okay, we made the move. Now, how are we going to fill up the rest of the roster? Everybody loves nostalgia. It would always be, oh, how great would it be if LeBron went back to Miami? The same way they're talking about that in Cleveland. I saw a trade scenario where, hey, Lakers are looking for a big man. Why don't they trade LeBron to Cleveland for Jared Allen? The money works out. It works out for both parties. Right? That's
where does he have the best chance to win a championship? But that's not what LeBron James said. He said he was going to get paid. So it makes it tough. I understand. But maybe there's a way. We'll wait and see. We'll find out probably more July. Well, July 6th is when the trade for Giannis goes official. So.
Right, and they can add, and other teams could be involved in there. So
it happened last year with Kevin Durant.
Right, so that's why I'm waiting to see. Now, you know what the messed up part would be? If there's a Max Crosby situation that happens.
I know, and they said get sent
that's the only thing. That's the only thing I hate about trades that happen before the new calendar year happens in the sport.
Not set in stone yet.
It's not set in stone. So therefore, guys, don't do anything crazy. Like, just relax, just chill. Don't go buy a barbecue grill. Don't do anything, because one mishap and his trade goes down the drain, and then what?
You're back to square one.
You're back to square one.
And by the way, you have a bunch of disgruntled players on your team too. You would have probably some disgruntled players on your team.
Oh no, you can't bring these guys back.
That's the problem.
You can't bring Tyler. Like Tyler, you can't. Tyler can never wear a Miami Heat uniform ever.
I would agree with that, and I think most Heat fans would agree with that also.
It'd be tough to tell Jaime, "Hey, welcome back, Jaime.
Love you, Sixth Man of the Year.
¿Cómo está? Muy bien."
No español. Jaime no español.
No,
got in trouble for that. Yeah. So, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it plays out. A recent list of some of the best players in South Florida have been released. Vlad, I'm going to see if you agree or disagree. That's next here on 104.3 FM WQAM.
Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps. Don't miss a thing.
BetMGM released a tweet earlier this week after all the shuffling and moving of big stars coming to South Florida, a list of the top 10 athletes in Miami. So I'm going to run down this list of top 10 athletes in Miami, Vlad, and we shall discuss. There was
currently or ever?
Right now, at this very moment. There was one omission that has a lot of fans upset, but we'll go through them real quick. Number 1, Lionel Messi of Inter Miami.
I mean, that goes without saying.
Number 2, Giannis Antetokounmpo of the Miami Heat, which technically he's not a member of the Heat yet, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, Giannis when he is a member of the Heat later on next week. Yeah.
Number 3.
Let me guess.
You're
Matthew?
Close.
It's not Brady.
Nope.
Oh, it's a hockey player then.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Sergey.
Nope.
Barkey?
Alexander Barkov.
Okay, I respect that. They know what's up.
Number 4, you were right. Matthew Tkachuk, right up there.
So wait, so the top 4 right now are 2 hockey players, a basketball player who hasn't officially been announced by the team, and one of the all-time greats in soccer's history.
Maybe possibly very soon named the all-time greatest.
I mean, he's there. So you know
he's up there, but he could cement that possibly.
Yeah. Okay, I like the top 4 so far. Number 5.
It was a little bit the hand of God, a little bit the head of Maradona, nonetheless. Number 5.
There's a guy that should be on there that's now a professional.
Continue on though.
Malachi Tony should be number 5.
You're digressing. No, he's not number 5.
Okay. He should be. Who's number 5? Is it Brady?
Not yet.
Not yet. Casemiro?
No, not yet.
No, not yet. Okay. Bam?
I'll save you your guessing. It's Devon Achan.
Nah, Bam's ahead of Devon.
Nope, Bam's number 6.
Nah, Bam's got to be number 5.
Well,
That's
I'm not bed.
all right, but okay, I can understand Bam and Devon. All right,
Devon number 5, Bam 6, number 7, Brady Tkachuk.
Okay.
Now number 8, you will not guess.
I can't guess number 8.
I mean, you can guess, but you're probably not going to get it right.
Zach Sealer?
Sam Reinhart.
Oh, not bad. Okay.
Now number 9, batting champion Otto Lopez, at least so far this season.
Okay.
And number 10, you would think, okay, they've kind of covered their bases. Why not throw a little Malachi Tony in there at number 10?
They put Malachi at 10?
Nope, Jordan Brooks.
The linebacker?
Yeah. Which has a lot of Miami Hurricanes fans a little upset.
No, they have every right.
Malachi
That's
Tony's
disgusting. I can make a case that he deserves to be in the top 7.
I can understand that. Now, the only argument, let me play BetMGM's argument possibly. He's only got 1 year on his resume, basically, although he did play high school football down here.
And what many years does Brady and Giannis have?
Well, they have a longer professional resume.
He has a longer South Florida resume.
Well, they're not asking about South Florida. They just said top 10 athletes in Miami.
He has a longer Miami resume. He played high school here.
I know, but I don't think BetMGM knows his high school.
I don't care about BetMGM.
No, you do, because that's what we're talking about.
BetMGM stinks.
We're talking about this top 10 list.
Their list stinks.
So Lionel Messi, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Alexander Barkov, Matthew Tkachuk, Devon Achan, Bam Adebayo, Brady Tkachuk, Sam Reinhart, Otto Lopez.
They're wrong.
Jordan Brooks.
They're wrong.
Where would you put Malachi Tony then?
I think I put him 6. I put him ahead of Brady.
I'll switch him out with Sam Reinhart at 8. And the reason I'll do that is because, like I said, he's got 1 year at the University of Miami, and people don't really know.
See, I don't want to take. I like Reinhart being there, but I don't know if he should be. Yeah, I think you're right. He should be like number 8. I would put Tony.
I know. Once again, don't take anything away from Jordan Brooks. You might have to push Jordan Brooks out of it.
So all right. 1 is Messi. 2 is Giannis.
No real arguments there.
3 is
Barkov. Matthew Tkachuk, number 4.
If Matthew's
Bam should be higher.
That's what I'm saying. That's my argument. Bam should be higher. Like Bam really should be in the top 4.
At least top 5.
Like low key, I want to say he should be. It's just because Giannis is of the accolades Giannis has, but Bam. We talk about Miami athletes. Bam's got to be But he's in the forefront. I'm
am.
changing this list.
I'm glad.
Messi's 1. 2 is Barkov. 3 is Bam.
Okay. And where does
4 is Malachi.
4 is Malachi.
Yes.
Wow. Now, Matthew Tkachuk's probably going to make the Hall of Fame. We don't know where Malachi will end up. But if you're talking about right now,
he could have a Heisman.
He could. I do like the fact that 2 of the guys on this list have never played for a Miami team.
That's what I'm saying. That's crazy. I'm like, yo, these guys haven't even put on a uniform. We're gonna play. I get it, name recognition, but let's not forget the people who actually put some pain, some blood, sweat, and tears down for your teams here in South Florida.
I love Devon Achane, but once again, I don't know if his resume is extensive enough to
not
be at
put
5
above Bam. Bam still helped you get to 2 NBA Finals. What does Devon do?
He's won 2 gold medals. He's been in a couple All-Star games.
Yo, come on, man.
But what's Devon? Devon's a great player.
Devon is, and I'm happy he got his contract, but I don't think he deserves to be ahead of a Bam. Like, come on, people. I'm not gonna knock him. Some of the guys on the list, I give them credit. Like having Reinhardt, have Barkey in the top 5. I think that's smart. That's brilliant. So that means you're actually appreciating and you're seeing what these guys have done and the work they put in. But some of these guys you're putting in, I know name recognition is big, but no.
But for balance reasons too, throw a college guy in there, not just all.
But you're not even throwing. You're just not just throwing some random college guy because he just plays for the U. You're throwing the most exciting freshman in last season and a guy who's
this year might be the most exciting player in college football.
He's who's going to be a Heisman Trophy candidate and who might be leading a national title team
and a local guy.
And you talk about a guy who scored a touchdown in the national title game, I believe, right? I think so. He did, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Come on, man. What are we doing here? Right?
BetMGM.
That's right.
Bet.
Hard Rock Bet.
At BetMGM. At BetMGM, Vlad, if you want to send them.
I'm not going. I'm going to Hard Rock Bet.
All right.
That's where I go.
That's where you donate your money.
That's where I donate my money. Hard Rock Bet. Because they don't have no crazy, stupid list like that.
I got some crazy, stupid stuff to talk about. 1 more hour, so hold tight. Vlado and I will be back right after this on 104.3 FM WQAM.
anytime.
This is WQAM-FM and HD1 Miramar, WQAM Miami, and Odyssey Sports Station. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
Just got a text from my friend Seth saying, how did Sandy Alcantara not make the top 10 list? Yes, that is omission.
We were talking in the break. I was so upset at some of the early names on that list that I didn't even consider that. As great of a season Otto Lopez is having, how you don't put Sandy Alcantara in the top 10?
I know.
He's a Cy Young Award winner.
And he's having a good season, too, especially as of late. Leader of this team, unquestioned leader of this team.
That's why I don't put my money on BetMGM, man. That's a nasty list. I'm sorry. Bad list. Trash.
BetMGM.
Basura.
At BetMGM on the X.com. Gonna be lit all over South Florida, but my neighborhood especially. We were doing the logistics on the numbers on it, Vlad. In my neighborhood, right by Manolo's on 73rd and Collins. Now you know where I live. You can come by anytime, grab a beer or whatever, hang out, bring friends. I don't care. It's going to be crazy. So when we get off of here at 5 o'clock, I'm going to run home. I'm going to shower, and I'm going to start walking around the neighborhood because you get Colombia v. Portugal at 7:30. Then you get a 30-minute break, which I'm going to take my time to walk around and check out the scenery. Then you get Argentina v. I forgot the team they're playing today.
And Jordan. Once again, that's going to be lit. So it's going to be hype over there in my neighborhood, man. It's going to be a lot of Colombia early, and then it's going to be a lot of Argentina late. Vlad, this is how serious it is. This is not even a joke. I was talking to Giuseppe about this. So Wednesday, I didn't have trivia. I had the night off for once. I was like, great, I'll go watch the Brazil game with Giuseppe and Nathan. So I took the scenic route by Manolo's because I figured there'd be a lot of Brazilian fans out and about. They shut the street down on 73rd because of the fans at the band shell and Manolo's. There was literally, I'm not even joking, there was literally a SWAT team out there for the Brazil game. Really?
They had the SWAT truck, and I saw the guys sitting in the SWAT truck, full body armor and holding weapons. I was
artillery.
Like, how crazy is this game going to get? It's a Wednesday game between Brazil and Scotland. So tonight the SWAT team will be out. Once again, and I would take a picture, but I'm not testing the SWAT team with you trying to take a picture.
I wouldn't advise
take
you
my
to do
word
that.
for it, just please.
I wouldn't advise you to do that.
And I go, Giuseppe, I told Giuseppe that. He goes, what the hell do they need a SWAT team for? I go, dude, I have no clue.
Question. Do the Scots outdrink South Florida?
I have not heard any reports. No.
I heard they had a great time at Lone Depot Park on Monday at the Rangers Marlins game.
Right.
Then there was a gathering on Tuesday somewhere.
There was a march. What they always do is they meet at Loomis Park on 9th and Collins in South Beach, and they march down to south of 5th. Usually, that's where I took all those pictures with Uruguay the other day. They were at Loomis Park in South Beach.
Now I've seen some of those people that were drinking. There was a video of a young man who really drank a lot and ordered some pizza, and then he didn't make it to his hotel room. And his hotel hit the door. He was right there. He's like literally 15 feet away from the hotel door. Couldn't make it. He passed out in the bushes.
Oh, so close.
And had two good slices of pizza just chilling there.
So that's the cool thing about this. People coming to the United States. And first of all, I'd like to not only, I guess it's a little bit too my own horn. I like what North America has done as the host country. And once again, I got to give credit to FIFA. As much as they were coming into this thing being very much under the microscope, this event has gone on without a hitch. It's been smooth. You haven't heard of any controversy. The biggest thing you've heard about is people from all over the world trying to fly back in their carry-on bags, bringing ranch dressing, which I don't understand how ranch dressing is not more readily available across the world, Vlad.
It's not some people don't find it too flavorful.
Apparently Europeans and stuff love it.
Because they probably have, There's a lot of stuff we haven't tasted from other
it's not like
countries.
You can only make ranch in the United States. It's not like its ingredients are local to the continent.
I know, maybe we make it better. You ever tasted McDonald's in other places?
No, because when I travel to Europe, or South America, I don't go to McDonald's.
I'm just saying.
But some people do.
Okay, if you go to other places and try food that you're used to over here, you try it over there. It's not. Right. Sometimes does the same taste the same. Sometimes it tastes even better.
I get it. Like if I'm going to eat Cajun food, I'm not going to go to Minnesota. I'm going to go to Louisiana.
They go to the Bahamas. Guess what people go to when they go to the Bahamas? They go to KFC.
KFC's big, like in Jamaica and the Bahamas.
Yeah, they apparently the food there is better than the actual food that's done here. So yeah, it all depends.
But ranch dressing has been the real winner of this whole entire World Cup because it has gotten more exposure during the World Cup than any other food item.
It's probably flavorful mayo for these people.
Yeah, it's just something. It's something niche and something unique for someone that's coming usually from Europe. They say not so much South America. But yeah, that's what you do when you go to another country. You enjoy their culinary. I'm not going to say delicacies. I'm just going to say their culinary style. When you go to Germany, you're probably going to want to eat mostly German food. You go to Brazil, you want some Brazilian food.
Mm-hmm.
You go to China, Chinese food.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that would have been odd if I said something else, But yeah, and like this is my thing. And I really, once again, who really deserves the most kudos, and I said this earlier, is the fans. Because they have been an absolute delight, Vlad. I get on these trolleys. I go to South Beach. I go to these gatherings. Everyone is so nice. When I say not a mean bone in their body, I'm sure there are some, but they're there just to represent their country and celebrate. They're not there to antagonize the opposing team. Now watch tonight. There's going to be a huge fight in one of the games. But like everyone's just like chanting, cheering, having fun, getting along. Kumbaya for everyone. Of course, that really goes far away when the fans are bought in. Now, remember, I do. With that being said, remember the last time Colombia played at Miami Stadium / Hard Rock Stadium. It was not a pretty sight. Let's not have a repeat of that tonight, although FIFA ain't gonna let that happen. I know people have been making jokes about it online. 305-567-0560. Who's going to be climbing through the air ducts today at the stadium and stuff like that? It's okay. I wonder what they're going to do, Colombia. Do you expect Colombia to make a run tonight? Maybe get a little win? Surprise some people?
No, I expect it to be a tie by both teams.
Okay.
I expect it to be either 1-1 or 2-2 tie.
Seriously, what's getting lost in all this is both of these teams are deep and loaded, Portugal and Colombia. A lot of people say, oh, it's Cristiano Ronaldo, but man, he's got some stars along with him on this team. In Colombia, it's not all about James Rodriguez. It is about a collective team with a lot of great players that play at a very good level.
And both teams, Colombia. See, Colombia doesn't, neither team needs to win.
Nope.
That's what I'm saying. Neither team needs to win.
It's all about seeding now.
It's really all about seeding. Like
So,
if Portugal wins, they'll take the number 1 seed. If Colombia wins or ties, they'll have the number 1 seed. And that's pretty much it. So
my thing is this. It's not going to be easy for any team from here on out, although that Canada-South Africa matchup, that's a little mind-boggling. But it's not going to be easy from here on out. You're going to have to play good teams. But seeding, I guess, does make somewhat of a difference depending on who's on your side of the bracket. Don't get too carried away. But Vlad, this is the one I was talking about on the WQAM FC show that we do right before ours. Interesting bracketing. France and Germany could meet in the round of 16.
yeah, listen.
But think about that.
There's going to be a lot of good round of 16 matchups and quarterfinal matchups, like matchups between two powerhouses that could have been semifinals or World Cup final
That's
matches.
my argument. France, by far, the best team so far this tournament. And Germany has a proud tradition. Now, they haven't been as strong as they have at some points
but
in the
they've
past.
won 4 of them things,
But for,
bro. Like
either country, this is going to be, whoever loses that game, this is going to be a very disappointing World Cup that you didn't get out of the round of 16. That's crazy. And you get a team.
There's certain countries that they're happy to get to the knockout stage. There's certain countries that would like to win a round of 32 game. There's certain countries winning the championship is the only thing. Winning the final.
Successful.
So if France, Germany, yes, you're looking at 2 powerhouses that if one of them lose in the round of 16, yes, it's a major disappointment.
So
it might be France more so than Germany.
Well, that would be just huge. So there's probably 4 teams where it's championship or it was a huge disaster. And they include France, Argentina, Spain, and would you go Brazil or would you go England or would you go another route? If we're putting 4 teams in that they do not win the championship, it's a disaster of a tournament.
Brazil, Argentina, France, Spain.
Okay. Those 4 teams, that's a lot of pressure, man. That it's championship or this is a bust.
Those 4 teams, even though Brazil's not out like they're the favorite, they're still Brazil.
Getting hurt scares me a lot.
But they're still Brazil. Argentina's the defending champs. France is the best team on paper. Spain is probably the second best team.
Spain went in also being favored.
And they're the favorite as well.
Right, going in.
Yeah, so those 4 don't win. If those 4 don't get to the 4 don't win it, it's a major disappointment
for their country and their fans.
They even getting to the final and losing is bad.
I know. That hurt.
God forbid one of those. France can't lose to Spain. Spain can't lose to France. Brazil can't lose to Argentina. Argentina can't lose to Brazil.
Right.
So you don't want to get to the final and lose to your op.
That would be terrible.
That even makes it worse. To get to the final and to lose to your major op. Oh my God.
Your bitter rival.
Yeah.
That'd be rough, man. Let's talk a little bit about these games today at 5:00. England, Panama. Panama just trying to get on the board. Literally, they have not scored. They're the only team that have not scored in the World Cup thus far. This is the last day of group play, so they're going to be done after this. Croatia, Ghana. I can tell you, Ghana, it's a frustrating style, but it's a style that has worked for them. They sit there and park the bus, and they wait for you to make a mistake, and then they pounce on you. Croatia, very aggressive team. They've made runs in the past. 7:30, Colombia, Portugal. Just feels like my heart is on the line for that one. Uzbekistan, Democratic Republic of Congo. If the Democratic Republic of Congo wins, they advance. Uzbekistan has been eliminated. 10 o'clock, Argentina, Jordan. Outcome has already been determined. Argentina, number 1 seed, Jordan not advancing. Then Algeria, Austria. Austria wins. They are through to the next round. So a lot to watch tonight.
So yeah, he's not playing tonight, bro.
I just don't see
the game means nothing.
Right. And he's 38 years old. He's not 24 anymore. Like, there's no need. Like I said, the only reason, and like I said, with Mbappe not scoring yesterday and some of the other,
he was trying. By the way, here's the other thing I need to talk to you about. There is nothing like watching an event in another language, like in a second language. So my dad's watching the games yesterday. I don't know how he found it, but he found a whole he found a Haitian station that's like, commentating on the games, right? So my cousin and I, my cousin from Canada came down. We're chilling, right? Now, mind you, we were outside, throwing one up in the air. So we come back in. We're chilling. We're watching the France. We're watching the France-Norway game.
I would not be able to follow that at all. But go ahead.
What do you mean?
I mean, in the state of mind and
no, right. But dude, I'm so used to American or British commentators, right? So when they say something, they say a term, it's easy, like, Mbappe hasn't had many opportunities today, right? But they'll say it like that, and you be like, oh, yeah, I guess Mbappe hasn't had many opportunities. But it's different when it's in another language,
right?
And they say it. So this Haitian commentator was just based the way he said it. He made Mbappe sound like he was a bum.
Right. They get angry. Yeah, some countries.
But it's a lot of excitement. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. He just hasn't had many opportunities. But you're seeing the way it's said and delivered in another language makes it seem like this guy is he or she's a complete bum.
Right, they do it, and it's like Mbappe not scoring is personally done to hurt you.
Yes,
like
he personally scarred us by not scoring.
Yeah, that's part of the culture.
Dude.
Different cultures have different ways of calling games. I do understand that.
My cousin and I would die and laugh, and it was like the funniest thing ever because it was like, he's like, oh, he's a bum. Look at him, he's missing. But if it was translated like in English, it'd be like, oh, Mbappe hasn't been able to take many
advantage of
right, like he hasn't been taking advantage. It's a regular normal term or normal saying, but said in another language, oh man, and delivered in a different way, it's hysterical.
Right, that's a very Creole thing to do, is that when someone's not performing up to the expected performance, that they're doing it to hurt you personally. Like, they get angry at Mbappe. Like, why did he wake up this morning and want me to have a bad day?
He called one of these guys an egg guy. I was like, wait, what? Like, what are you doing? Like, now we name calling the players?
Different cultures, man.
It was great.
But then if he does well, oh my God. With the love, the carnation.
Man, that was just funny. So yeah, if you get a chance, do that. Now, there's nothing better than the Spanish commentating. They just make everything exciting.
It's just all, that's the culture of it. That's the
exciting.
culture of it. Everybody has a different calling culture of how they call games for things. They're all interesting. I enjoy them all. I just understand the English a lot better than all the other ones. So I usually.
Oh, wow. Look at that. It's a big three. They still do it.
Is Mario Chalmers on there?
Could be.
Ask him if LeBron James is coming to the Heat.
According to him,
He said,
him and Bronny.
Ryan Gusto gets the start for the Fish today as they take on the Cardinals 7:15. You can hear it on WQAM. Panthers, they have a couple of draft picks today. We'll see what happens with that. Probably a bunch of people you never heard of, which is okay because they're going to develop them and make them better. Inter Miami CF organization and the city of Doral have teamed up to help earthquake victims in Venezuela. New stadium has been designated a location that you can drop off goods to help the cause. So if you happen to be in that area, there will be signs up. You can follow them at New Stadium and drop off to help our family and friends in Venezuela. I know half the population of the United States of Venezuelan Americans is here in South Florida. So, of course, very near and dear to our hearts. And the Heat have offered center Vlad Golden a two-way qualifying offer, but did not do so for Trevor Keels. So we'll see about that. With that being said, we've got to step into the day spa one more time. A couple in Wisconsin renewed their wedding vows while sliding down a 60-foot water slide.
That's fun.
It's romantic. That's when you know the thrill is gone. How do you want to renew your wedding vows? Let's go down a water slide.
Well, maybe that's how they trying to relive their fun. Maybe that's how they met. Maybe that's
Take it to the Dells and go down.
Hey, maybe that's the first time they met each other. They saw each other. It was probably at a amusement park or some type of park, and it was going down a water slide.
Romantic.
Very romantic. There you go.
Oh, man.
It's Atlantis for them.
It's Atlantis for them. Oh, we haven't talked much about the Dolphins today. So in the next segment, before we get out of here, I want to talk a little bit about the Dolphins. We're all hyped up about everybody and the moves they're making. And it seems like the Dolphins, although they've made some moves, and people aren't as hyped up. Is this a season where we can just say the hype is not there? We will discuss it next here on 104.3 FM WQAM.
the iHeartRadio or TuneIn apps. Check it out now.
With everything going on in South Florida, not just the World Cup, but also Inter Miami continuing to add great pieces like Casemiro from Manchester United. He's a Brazilian national too, by the way. Not just talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo and Bobby Portis coming over to the Miami Heat. Of course, we also have to talk about Brady Tkachuk coming over to the Florida Panthers, and of course the Miami Hurricanes onward and upward with their new quarterback Darian Mensah. David Veronis of the Sun Sentinel recently wrote an article, you don't have to fast forward on the Dolphins this year. And you're wondering, well, it's a rebuild, not a tank job. Probably going to have some growing pains this year. Many pundits have said that the Dolphins have, on paper, the worst roster in the NFL, and Las Vegas is giving them 4.5 over and under on the wins. So why would this not be a season to fast forward? Well, a lot of reasons, Vlad. First of all, talks about they're trying to build a culture. This is the beginning of a culture thing. High character guys in place that are about the team and not so much about themselves. That's something that you don't want to fast forward through on this season. Also, Malik Willis. We don't know what Malik Willis is going to be like because he does not have a large sample size. Could be a great year. Could be one of those years where it's a roller coaster. There's some highs or some lows. We'll see. Once again, we've got 13 rookies on this team, Vlad. That's interesting. How will Caden Proctor perform? And I'll be honest, we're going to look at exactly how Caden Proctor performed with Ruben Bain, how Ruben Bain performs with Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because we could have possibly gotten Ruben Bain, maybe even Caleb Downs.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think you just want to look at one particular place. There was a lot of options for the Dolphins at was that number 11 or 13?
At the time, it was number 11?
11, I believe, right? And then they traded
back a spot or two.
Yeah, to 12, right?
Right.
Yeah, so, yeah. It's more than Ruben Bain. You have many other players that were in a lot of people's radars that if they perform well and Mr. Proctor doesn't, a lot of discussion will be had.
Another thing to look at this year is how is the receivers room going to look? Because as of now, Malik Washington might be your number one receiver. And let's be honest, Malik Washington is a little undersized.
But fam, we were talking last week about trying to bring Stephon Diggs back.
There was talk about that. I just don't see how a locker room that's trying to build a culture
not even Stephon Diggs back, just bring him in. And who else? Keenan Allen. They were looking at a lot of the veteran receivers who's in? July 1st is what? Wednesday? Yeah, July 1st is Wednesday. You're literally going to be 3 weeks. For some teams, maybe 2.5, because I think some teams camp opens July 17th. Dude, you got to bring in some players, some wide receivers, and let them know what's going on. Like, you're going to bring in some vets. It's probably time to sign these vets now.
Sooner than later, because we know that the talent pool starts to drain pretty quickly, but Stephon Diggs seems like a bad fit for the Miami Dolphins and what they're trying to do. I think he's a talented receiver. It's just they're trying to get guys that are team guys and not flashy and not a lot of off-the-field craziness and guys that buy into the system, and Stephon Diggs can zig and zag sometimes. So we shall see. Another thing that you really have to look forward to, and then could be one of the big turning points for this Dolphins team this year as far as being a terrible team or being a decent team, is how these guys that are in the prove it year, like a Chop Robinson, is he going to step up and prove that he can actually set the edge? Austin Jackson still has a lot to prove. Can he stay healthy?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. His health is the number one thing. Chop's got to prove, like, are you going to be a factor in this league?
Can Jonas Savianaya take that step up?
No excuses this year. You're going back to your rightful position.
And you're going back Kenneth Grant, Jordan Phillips, Zeke Biggers, even Dante Trader. These are guys, it's a kind of a prove it year, because remember, these guys are part of the old regime. And the new regime has said, we don't have any ties to these guys if they don't give us reasons.
Yo, cut these.
It could be. Well, they're on rookie contracts.
I'm just saying, but you don't know. I don't. What?
Will Patrick Paul announce himself to the world as the next great offensive lineman, not just for the Dolphins, but really in this league?
You know what? Patrick Paul, there's a couple offensive linemen that, funny enough, is in our division. It's the AFC East. Patrick Paul and Olu Fashanu for the Jets. They got big years where they've shown the signs, and they've shown that they can be good left tackles. Now, can they be great left tackles in this league? Patrick's got all the size, the talent, and everything.
He's got the work ethic too, from what I'm understanding. I heard that last offseason he worked out like a madman. This year he's even amped it up because he is in line to possibly sign $100 million contract at some point if he plays well.
You protect a man's blind side very well, you're gonna make 9 figures. You're gonna get a 9-figure contract.
So there's a lot to watch with this team. You don't exactly want to just fast forward on the season and wait for the draft. You don't want to turn off the TV. We were talking with Miami Herald Omar Kelly, and he says, if things align themselves right, let's just say the moon, the sun, and the stars all fall into place, and Malik Willis ends up being I swear. Thank you for catching that.
I knew. I was like, wait a minute. It's like this guy singing "I Swear" right now.
Brooks and Dunn. I don't even know who sings it. Nonetheless, let's just say Malik Willis proves himself to be not a top-tier quarterback, but a higher-tiered quarterback than most people would expect. Devon Achane stays healthy, plays great. Your guys like Chop Robinson and Austin Jackson play very well. Your offensive line comes together. And, the guys that need to play well, that need to prove themselves, and the rookies prove themselves well. If all that happens, Omar Kelly has told us he believes that this team can win as much as 9, possibly even 10 games. Once again, this is the alignment of everything.
You do know they're playing on one of the toughest schedules in the NFL, right?
I'm saying everything has to align.
You do know that we're playing the NFC North and the AFC West, right?
I understand.
Okay.
But even the worst teams win 2-3 games a year. It's really hard to lose that more than that.
Look, both the Jets and the Dolphins are looking to split with each other to get a win in the division. I don't think any Jet fan or Dolphin fan think they could beat Buffalo. The 2 times they play each other. And New England, they still better than the Jets and the Dolphins as we speak right now.
Craziness happens. That's one of those things. You can't account for injuries. You can't account for weather. You can't account for some weeks you just get off the bus and you have it together, or some weeks you get off the bus and you don't have it together.
You stink. So we don't know. We shall see.
Now, we've walked through likelihoods of wins and losses, and the wins look very scarce.
I looked at the schedule. I don't really see much wins. Don't see much wins.
And I've talked to a lot of Dolphins fans, and I'm like, what would be the point where you want to start seeing, when I say improvement, the point where the light goes off and you're like,
we said week 12.
Yeah, a lot of fans are saying week 10, 11, 12. If I start at the end of the season feeling like we're going in the right direction, whether it be wins or losses, and this will be an okay season.
And I'll tell you why. Because remember, they have their bye weeks, week 6? So they have one of the first couple of early bye weeks in the NFL season. I believe their bye weeks week 6. So that means they have 2/3 of the rest, 2/3 of the season yet to play. So you play the first 6 weeks, cool. You get a bye week. That's like 5 games. By 11th, 12th game of the season, you should have a pretty good idea of where the rookies are, the rookies that you drafted, where they are, who has your game plan, who knows the foundation of this team, who gets it, who doesn't get it, who's gonna be here next season, who shouldn't be here next season. They buy that. When you play 2/3 of the season, I think you should know you should have a good idea what type of team you have and what you should look forward going into next season.
And the other good thing is, for lack of a better term, you can play free. There's no expectation to make the playoffs. There's no expectations to do this. So you can't hide behind, well, we really didn't want to play such and such, but we had to because we were still in contention for a play. It's one of those things like, no, we're going to play who we want to play, when we want to play them, and where we want to play them, and we're going to figure it out.
Which is why starters can't just act like just because I got a contract or I'm the starter, my position is sealed. No, you're playing for a coach right now. You're playing for a general manager right now who's looking to see, do they have the right guys to carry out the message that they want for this franchise.
And like I said, it's scary for a lot of these players, especially from the past, the old regime, because the new regime doesn't have that same time. Look,
there's not that many old players or veterans from that old regime. Like the only guy you have is Zach,
But even that, like we said, like they don't have ties. Look,
but they don't have ties.
You get a new boss. We're getting a new boss. Things are going to change. Listen, and they're not going to say, oh, Vlad, I love you. You've worked here for 10 years.
A guy like Zach's going to be able to find another job. it's a guy like Chop. Like, all right, Chop, if you don't showcase anything this year 3,
you're gonna have trouble finding places.
You're gonna have trouble finding.
Or you'll
places.
sign here and there and get cut here and there.
Your first round pick. That's the thing. When you're a first round pick, you don't stay with your team, or you don't get that second contract with the same. Like, you could be that good that some other team offers you a better contract.
And sometimes they'll take a flyer just because you're a first round pick. We've done that. You're doing that.
But you should be a player that be able to get your second contract.
Yeah, that's not even a debate. If you're a first round pick, you should be a lock to get a second contract with the team.
Yes,
you need to.
And Chop might get to the point where, like, by year 3 is when you play so well, you're producing that they're like, oh no, we're gonna pick up that 5th year option. He might not get his 5th year option might not get picked up.
If he does not show up this year, I would be angry at them if they pick up his 5th year option. To be honest with you, because he's given us 0. Last year gave us 0.
Basura.
Now he gave us a half a season his rookie year. Give us half a season his rookie year. Last year, I mean, and I don't like to get it too deep into it, but you talk to people and you hear things and like, has he gotten drastically better this offseason? They're like, it's still early. But that's not the answer I want.
No, and
I want the answer.
And
yes.
That's upsetting because he was around veterans who were, I know, talking him up, coaching him up, staying with him, making sure he didn't get too down on himself. Yes, last year was on him. I'm sorry. I don't know if there was personally or there was there was an injury, but I can't say it's the coaching, and I couldn't say it was the vets that were around him, because he was around by a lot of vets. You know what I said about Bradley Chubb? He showed me a lot last season as being a guy standing in front of the camera, taking all the criticism, being a leader of that team. And he stood there many times right next to Chop's locker at home and giving him a vote of confidence, keeping his confidence high. But Chop didn't do that. Like, Chop didn't.
So, Vlad, we say this a lot on the show. We believe in context of a lot of things. So I'm going to give you context and what it means to you and I. And I'm not going to give you an answer. I'm just going to give you some context. You ask people around the team. Patrick Paul, could this be the year he breaks out and proves he's one of the best offensive linemen in the league? And immediately, he works harder than anybody else. He's going to be a star in this league. You're going to see him. He's going to sign a $100 million contract.
And this is the new regime, guys.
Yeah, everyone says it. Everyone says it. He's been working so hard. He's going to be the future of this team. He's the one untradeable piece on this team. Then you go,
got you.
Chop Robinson. Is he going to come up this year and prove that he's a first-round pick? Well, that remains to be determined.
Yeesh.
What does that mean in context, Vlad?
One guy that they're willing to.
No, don't answer. Just take it in the context. Oh man, Patrick Paul. Oh my goodness, hang the moon. What about Chop Robinson? I mean, it remains to be determined. We'll see. This is his year to prove it. That's not okay. Okay, there he is. So I'm just telling you. Now he could go out and ball out. I'm just saying the preliminaries and the context is a little strange. Leave it at that. We have a tradition here, Vlad, where we don't pick who's going to win games today in the World Cup. We tell you who we're cheering for. We're going to do that and close out the show next here on 104.3 FM WQAM.
go for it.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
So from the beginning of the show, we announced we are retiring the traditional USA Soccer chain of I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win, because USA Soccer has elevated itself past saying something so menial about this team. Of course, we are USA all the way as they get ready for Bosnia-Herzegovina out on the West Coast. That is going to be Wednesday at 8 o'clock. But tonight, we've got some monster matchups. Some of them have some, determining to do. Some of them don't. But we're going to go through it real quick. You get England and Panama at 5 o'clock, Vlad. I'm kind of torn on who to cheer for in this one, because I've got English friends and I've got Panamanian friends, and I feel bad for teams that don't score goals at all when they go to the World Cup. I mean, I'm definitely cheering for Panama to score at least a goal, because there's probably nothing more demoralizing than your team make it to the World Cup and not score a goal.
Yeah, bro. Like, take it from me. So
you suffered for 2 games.
Right, but you were hoping that your team could win.
You got that first goal, Haiti, the other day. You're probably like,
yeah. No, when they got the first goal, it was like, all right, we got to go and we got to lead. Like, it's like you kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Right.
Like,
it makes it worth your while.
You watch, and that's the other thing. Once your team is eliminated, watching that third game is hard. But if your team is a team that's not used to being successful, used to winning, any little thing is going to be a victory. So the first time they made it in 52 years, I believe, or 54.
Right.
And the fact that they were able to play, they played very well in the games that they played, and they had the lead. They had 2 leads. Like, having 1 lead is one thing. But they had 2 leads, and they had a great goal. So did they win? No. Did they advance? No. Did they score? Yes. Did they lead? Yes. And were the people of the world able to experience the Haitian culture and what makes the beautiful people of Haiti so great? Yes. And I think that you're not only seeing that with, one particular country. I think you're seeing it with all the countries that have been participating in this World Cup. So I'm very happy.
All in all, a good experience.
I'm very happy. And I hope that, who is it, Paraguay?
Panama.
Oh, it's Panama. I'm sorry. Panama's the one that hasn't scored yet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope that they're able to score a goal.
With that being said, I'm going to cheer for England.
Why are you cheering?
I'm not.
You're not?
I am cheering for England.
Why are you cheering for the Brits?
Not to, dump on Panama too much, but
you're going to dump on
they've whooped our butt in some CONCACAF games. So they're kind of a rival. So those rivalries die hard.
Man.
I'll go for the Brits and, let it fall where it falls. Croatia, Ghana. Now, you know who I'm cheering for in that one. Black Star all the way. I love Black Star.
1, 2, 3.
I know they're aggravating the way they play. They don't try to score at all, barely. Remember that game against England? They had neither team had a shot on goal in the first half.
Dude, that was a terrible game to watch.
I was breaking chairs in the back room.
Dude, that was a terrible game to watch. Okay.
So Ghana's going to frustrate you, and Croatia's aggressive, but I'm cheering for Black Star. Come on, man. It's Ghana, right?
That is a tough game. That was a tough game to watch.
No shots on goal.
And it gets so nasty if the referees don't know what to do, and then the referee
fell asleep.
But now that I think about it, God, you were playing dirty. So
you got the wrong end of a call.
You did get the wrong end of a call, but yeah, you were playing dirty, guys.
7:30 tonight, Colombia, Portugal.
That's the big one, baby.
Look, hate me if you hate me. I'm cheering for Colombia. I still think Ronaldo gets a goal, but I'm cheering for Colombia.
I'm always going to cheer for my peoples, and that's the people of Colombia.
That's your peoples.
Yeah, I mean, I have so many Colombian friends, so yeah, definitely going to cheer for the Colombians.
Yeah, but plus I like the
I'm
attitude.
going to cheer for Ronaldo to score a goal.
I say everybody wins. Ronaldo gets a goal. Colombia.
It's going to be 2-2, bro. It's going to be 2-2. Both teams are going to play very good, exciting football.
The real question is,
both teams would advance.
The real question is, how many people will continue to wear their Colombia kit tomorrow, as they've worn them all week long?
Well, I mean, unless they stain it after partying.
Maybe, it's good luck. Just keep wearing it.
You know what I mean?
Keep wearing it. Uzbekistan, Democratic Republic of Congo. This is a tough one.
So I know every time you see DR, you want to say Dominican Republic of Congo. I know it. That's what I'm saying. That's what actually, that's the name of it.
Ooh. Yeah, okay. This one's hard to choose where my heart is at. but I'm going to go with the Democratic Republic of Congo for the fact that they had the whole Ebola issue and problem, and they almost didn't make it. Now that they're here in the tournament, they can win and they can advance. So just because of the hardships that they've had to face leading up to this tournament, I'm going with Congo.
Okay.
Enough reason right there, right?
I mean, okay.
It's passable.
If you want to get, all right.
10 o'clock, Argentina, Jordan.
See, you got to love Fox and Fox Sports 1, but you got to love Fox for putting a meaningful game that the girl's greatest player may not play, but you're going to put it at 10 p.m.
I go Argentina.
And it's Dallas. That's the thing. So it's this is a 9 o'clock local time. It's 9 o'clock central game.
Yes.
Central time game for them. So it's not bad. But Messi might not play, or he may play in the second half.
Right.
But you putting Messi at 10 p.m.
I mean, they had him at 1 o'clock in the afternoon the other day. FIFA don't care.
FIFA does. I mean, it's
you're
prime
gonna watch.
time, baby.
You watch.
But after he scored 5 goals, it's like maybe want to put him on.
You watch.
Put him at 3 p.m. and put England and the other guys late night. Because you want to put a game. You want to put a game that means something. See, Portugal and Colombia it means something.
It actually, it means seeding.
It means seeding, but seeding matters.
It has
star power.
It has star power and people power. Yes.
Right. Argentina has nothing against Jordan. It would only be good if it was like Lionel Messi versus Michael Jordan. Maybe that would put more eyes.
I would like to see that both on the pitch and on the basketball court.
Yes.
Mano a mano.
And then if it's a tiebreaker, it's on the golf course.
I'll take that. I don't know how good Messi is at golf.
I don't know, but I figured
you figured he'd have to be okay, right?
He knows how to put balls in nets.
In the hole,
I think he could put the ball in the hole.
Yeah, okay. So, and then maybe if it ties in golf, arm wrestling.
I don't know about Messi.
Jordan's a big guy.
I don't know about Messi. Yeah,
he's in shape. And last but not least, also at 10 o'clock, Algeria, Austria.
Nothing to watch there. What's there to watch?
I'm going to cheer Austria.
What's there to watch?
Austria, Algeria. Oh, they've been Algeria. Now, low key, Algeria has been the worst team in this tournament. I mean, they may have gotten a goal, but they fired their coach after the first match. Vlad, they fired their coach.
Oh, that's right. They did.
The first match.
They did. Well, no. You know what? Let me not say that. Hold up. I'm going to watch the Austria-Algeria match. Both teams have 3 points.
Oh, see, so now you got some juice.
There is juice. If they finish with
you're watching Argentina, Jordan. What's going wrong with me?
I will only watch if someone is playing. If he's not playing, then I'm
until the very end of the game. Possibly.
And then I'm not watching. I may skim through. How about that? Skim through.
I'm just going to watch whatever is on TV. I don't have remote control authority at anywhere that I go.
Jeez, get a remote.
I got to get a TV first. Oh, it's raining in the England-Panama game. Jude Willingham looks very upset. Harry Kane not as upset.
Oh, so he's not playing either.
I don't know.
I don't think Harry is.
Take the night off.
Are they playing New York? Is it the New York Stadium?
I can't tell. It says New York, New Jersey.
Yes. So they're playing at New
York,
formerly Jet Life.
Jet Life. It shall return, as they say. It shall return. We shall return tomorrow, Vlad, by the way.
So they say.
We're on tomorrow from noon to 1:30. And if you thought today was power packed,
we get an extra 30 minutes.
We get an extra 30 minutes to lollygag. I will give you an update on all the craziness that went on in my neighborhood between Colombia, between Argentina, whatever else I get into. Vlad, you are going to go home and
chill.
Chill is the word. We're going to watch football. We got the Marlins playing. Marlins got a later night game tonight, so they're at 7:15. That means a 6:30 pregame on both 560 and 104.3 FM WQAM. Look to see if they can remain. Probably going to finish out this month as the hottest team in June. They have been absolutely hotter than a fox in a forest fire. So we are excited about that game coming up. We'll be back tomorrow to preview that game, last night's game, or tonight's game, and then tomorrow's game as the Marlins try to finish out the old Cardinals over there in the gateway to the West, as we like to call it. We'll be cheering on all these great games, and we'll get ready for the knockout round, and I'm going to start getting...
Oh, my God.
I know.
Damn.
Is that England?
No.
That
had
Panama.
to be, right? No, that was
Panama. Could have been.
No, that was Panama.
It was a tight shot.
That was Panama.
Of a lovely lady.
Damn.
That was a lovely lady, but she was wearing
wow
red which both countries.
Nah, she was
featured.
Panamanian, Bill. You can't. No, England don't have anything that beautiful.
That is a way to end a show, to knock a whole country's women.
No, the English got some beautiful women, but they don't look like that. They're beautiful in their own beautiful way, but they don't look like that. I was Panamanian.
Now you have a beautiful evening. Join us tomorrow at noon for my cousin Vladimir Louison. I am Dan Day. This has been Sports Day on 104.3 FM, WQAM.
Later, fools.
I'm Pierre Palazzolo.